Good afternoon, listeners and viewers. Welcome to All-in-One Oval here, or the Devil's Playground, as we, us old folk sort of know it as, for the GDFNL match of the round between Corio and North Geelong. There's a couple of big games on today, but of course the 50-year celebration of the birth of the Corio Devils Football Club is on today, and we've tried to commit to getting to a fair few past players' days and having a few chats to some old timers. So first, let me introduce my my little sidekick for the day, the man who is the GDFNL media these days, Alex Tagani. Welcome to the box, Tig.
Oh, thanks for that. I'm wearing two hats, the league colours, and I know it's Corio Past Players Day, but thanks to our special guest, 10 years ago I had the honour of being Corio's water boy in one of the most fiery under-18 clashes against Werribee. There were a few elbows swung. The water boy might have even thrown one or two there or two.
Mainly from the coach, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, I was going to say we were ducking and weaving that day, but Great for me to even have a few memories on this oval. I can only envy the 180 predicted past players Phil Boyle reckons that will come through the doors. But enough about me. We got a very special guest here, Spider.
We do. And as we know, Corio have won one flag in their 50-year existence, and this bloke was an integral part of that senior flag. I think it debuted as a 16 or 17-year-old Nev back in 1989, mate, back when men were men and punches were punches. Welcome to the commentary box, Nevada Cornwall.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's a special day for the club, and lots of people here already, and hopefully there more is to come. And Spider and Alex, thanks for allowing me to have a chat about the club.
See, back in the old days, mate, I would have thrown in a gag like it must be a day release today, is it? That's why you got so many people here. But those days are gone, mate.
No, we don't mind. We don't mind those types of jokes. They'll thick and fast back in the day, and I'm sure they'll be still be around for years to come.
Now we're going to ask for your supervision here, because over the next 20 minutes, Spider and I are going to both go through our greatest Corio lineups. We haven't really set a particular criteria, but the fact we've got your supervision and guidance makes us both excited and nervous at the same time. But before we look into it, the start of your Corio journey, were you a junior here, and talking to your past senior coach Mark McDowell, he even remembers your first game. Do you remember your first game?
Yeah, I do. It's definitely a junior here, so I started in 1979. Came over, Dad and myself and my three brothers. We moved from Geelong West, and come out here to North Lane, and we thought Dad thought which club will take us to, and he had the choice of either North Shore or Corio, but he brought us over here, and the rest, they say, is history. 89 was my first senior game, and I think the club was struggling. They'd won the first 8 out of the first 9, and then they'd lost, I think, the next 6, and Mark Liddell was looking to make some changes, and he asked myself and Frank Popiani, pulled us out of the under-18s, I think, or under-16s, and asked us, did we want to play seniors that following week, and I said yes, and Popiani was to play. Oh, he wasn't allowed. Yeah, his parents said no. But I think the week after, his parents said yes, and as you can imagine, the rest is history with a guy like Frank Popiani. So it's a proud history from the club. The club's produced many outstanding local footy players from Frank Popiani being voted, I think, the number one player across all leagues in the history of the game, and then Wayne Tyquin, who I think kicked over 100 goals for 10 years straight around various leagues, and I could sort of just go on and on and on with some. Yeah, Stewie, and Ricky O'Toole, another local.
Never heard of him. The original Kim Kardashian backside.
I'll tell him you said that. I'll tell him.
Yeah. Well, as we speak, he's probably the second Ricky of importance, because we've got the great Ricky Bingham, who was a star on our cameras. In fact, we might make a semicircle, boys. I don't want to just see the back of Spider's head on camera. I want to see some Corio greatness. Now, Ricky, I just explained in Nevada. Spider and I have the unenviable task of both naming our greatest Corio lineup, and you two are going to supervise. But before we do that, memories of each other on the playing field, because I'm sure you both had many good journeys as senior teammates.
Yeah, we did. Nevada was, he was one of the first from our age group to go up and play seniors, and really good. Went to VFL Werribee, and we followed him. We watched everything he done, and he was awesome. Really good.
Yeah, and what was Ricky like?
tough, hard, tough as nails, angry. But no, good. But I mean, besides that, I mean, look, it's one of the toughest backmen we ever produced, and yeah, tough as nails. That old, real difficult guy to play on from any of the forwards. No one liked to play on him. He'd walk up and he'd rough him up as from the second that he lined up on him. And but besides that, could actually play the game as well. And he's got his 2 boys out back here playing as well now, Ricky. So that's good. Great sort of history for the club to have, not only himself play here for many years, but now to have his boys playing here is,
It is good, and that's the one thing that has pretty much always been here, hasn't it? It's always been that family sort of club, and you've always had generations come through from the start. And look, you got the Savankas, always had the O'Tools out here. There's just so many Ettridges going back many years. Just show my age a little bit, which I think Nev's a little bit older than me, which is even better. Only just. But, there's always been that family ties you hadn't there.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's some great family. I mean, the O'Tools, I think there's probably about, what you would probably, just to guess, 30-odd different O'Tools that have played for the club over the years. And, and then many other families, sibling groups that have also donned the red and white.
Well, it's through the netball too, isn't it? It's not just once netball came in, it was very well embraced by the families that were already here. As we said, the dynamic of this club has changed phenomenally since, I really can't believe we didn't rebuild the pigeon shed for today. I'm a bit disappointed that's not over there. And, just a couple of long necks there in memory of a couple of the old fallen comrades used to hang around over there. That would have really made the day, I would have thought.
Some rednecks too.
Mate, I've never seen a footy ground with 9 divvy vans cruising around it for 2.5 hours of footy. But as I said, the families back then, you all embraced it once the netball came in. And it was just, the netball, when it first started, was just names who, blokes you played against, or, brothers and, parents and that sort of stuff. So it is a club, and, many years ago, we said when the pigeon shed was here, it was not a great place to hang out, but, probably in the last, pre-COVID, probably 6 or 7 years ago, the steps were taken. And it is, you walk in there, you just feel welcome now, and everyone just, is happy to chat. Show you around, introduce to everyone. So that must fill you blokes with pride, because all the crap you went through, and Nev and I had a little bit of a, little dig at the start, it was a bit of fun stuff. But the change that's been made out here is just phenomenal, isn't it?
That's the best thing about the club at the moment. Like, all the young kids and that, they're so focused on their footy and whatnot. And it is a family environment. Like, everyone's happy to bring their family, their kids and whatnot now. That's one of the best positive changes that the club's made, I reckon. Like, from our time, we were a bit rough and whatnot, but we enjoyed ourselves. We had a good time. But now it's more focused on the family side. It's really good.
And look, that's music to my generation's ears as well. I know every time I speak to one of you guys the last 10 years, it's always been about that 95 grand final. But, there have been 9 reserves premierships, and there has been an A-grade title in 2004, and your current A-grade side, they're 10 and zip to start the season. I put the videos up this week, and as much as everyone's clicking on Ricky and Wayne Tyke and Mark McDowell, you put a Shayna Brown and Molly Gribble, and everyone wants to know, wow,
I listen
how
to
good
Ricky
are they going?
I played footy against him for 10 years, never heard him say a word.
Okay.
So I listened to that, actually, if he actually had a voice.
Well, on that note, Spider, you're going to hear a bit of his maybe criticism, maybe support, because we're going to go through our greatest Corio 22. Mine might have about 24 or 25 because I'm so diplomatic.
Mine has 22.
Well,
Good luck. I've been thinking about this the last couple of weeks, and there's about 50 players. I'm like, how do you make a team of this?
I actually got Linda to send me through the premiership side, all the best and fairest winners, everything to make, and I'll still probably miss 2 or 3.
It might have even been easier to just have the best O'Toole 22 versus the best others.
Really get it too.
Nonetheless, let's start off. Let's start off just with our first 3 deep defenders, starting with you, Spider.
Rightio, mate. I went with the little pain in the. He could have been a walking hemorrhoid. This bloke, the curly hair, Budgie Cockerell, Ian Cockerell.
Very good.
In the back pocket. I could have put him at anywhere because he didn't man up. He didn't do anything he was told. But, geez, he was tough and hard, and he epitomised everything that Corio was. You talk about families that come through. Full back, for me, was an absolute simple one. Darren McNamara. There's no question about that at all. He's the toughest fullback that I just about played on in my generation. And I had the back pocket. Probably another bloke who was pretty tough to play on was Danny Ruck.
Oh, very good player. Very
good
player.
I mean, I couldn't have him at full back because I had I had Macca there, so I put him in the back pocket. And I had another one, but you'll hear him later, who was probably stiff to miss out.
Well,
that
I
year as
love
well.
the fact that just the first 3 positions, and we have 6 different names. Obviously, I was born in '94, boys, so I can't remember
He's
too
put
much.
the entire '95 premiership side in, mate. That's what he's put in.
Well, there's one. There's one at fullback. All right, and I'll actually mention the fullback first. Vlado Semyonov, 93 and 95, best and fairest, and when your club's won 1 premiership and he was the fullback, well, to me, I'm going to use the St Kilda theory. There's your fullback. But the pockets you may not have thought of, I've just sprinkled them in because I think they both deserve an opportunity in my starting lineup. One bloke who I had as my fullback all week because of that 80s influence of the club was Terry Egberts. So runner-up in the league, best and fairest in 81 and 134 senior games. So could have been my fullback, but I went with Vlado. And then the other one, I wanted to put a modern-day touch on it. A 3-time best and fairest winner, 2010, 11 and 13. 99 senior games. You would have loved him to play just that one more if you got OCD like me. Jason Hune.
He's probably still fit enough to play another game too.
You reckon?
Look, he's a type of guy that actually gets forgotten. I think there's lots of discussions around the better players that the club's produced, and Jason Hune is one guy that often gets forgotten. And he came at a time where the club had sort of gone through a lot of success, and the success had started to wane, and he played in a lot of sides that that struggled, and he was a really, really good player. And as you said, then I think 3 best and fairest. Yeah,
3 best and fairest. And before we go to the half-back line, I'd just like to know, had he been here 20 years earlier, how would he have gone in that 95 side?
Great.
Yeah, he was a gun. He was a gun, and his brother Brad was a pretty good player, a handy player as well. But going back to your other guys that you were talking about, Vlado Semjanov, he came over. Semjanov
doesn't roll off. Doesn't right, does it? Bell post still running fine.
Yeah,
I was almost going to leave him out of my team just because I couldn't say the name.
I used to talk. He was like a Jaime type character. He was just like a robot, and he was unbeatable. And he only played footy for about, I think, a year or two before I think he played a year of reserves, and then moved into the seniors and that was his only year of football after playing soccer for many, many years. So, a guy who transitioned from soccer to Aussie rules really quickly, and gone. And Darren McNamara played footy for years here, played the fullback role, and hard to go past any of them, isn't it?
Well, big name, Darren McNamara, 225 senior games. Of course, Spider, he knows how to pick sides, so a very worthy choice at fullback. You want me to start my half-back line? It's only fair. We're going to be diplomatic here.
It's okay.
Well,
mind you, I'm picking that I played against, so that's where Jace and these sort of blokes are going to miss out because I didn't play against them.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, one of 2 players to win the 1998 senior best and fairest, 250 senior games. It's probably going to whack me that he's not in the midfield, but Nevada Cornwell's on one flank. The guy he shared that best and fairest with, I only thought, if you're going to be on stage together all those years ago, you may as well be next to each other in my lineup, and that is Danny Ruck, 218 senior games. And then to finish off that line, how's this for a back 6? I've topped it off with a 5-time best and fairest winner of this club. In 74, 77, 78, 83, 86, he played 176 senior games, 216 all up, the great Neville O'Toole.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Neville. Oh, look, I remember Neville as a kid. I can remember, coming into the club, and he was like I said, like all the O'Toole's club legends, and I think he won Neville O'Toole. He won at age 40. I think he won a reserve league best and fairest. And I think he may have played about 8 or 9 games to win that league best and fairest. And there was one particular game where he got 3 votes, and I think he got about 4 possessions. But his response to that was that the many league best and fairest that he should have won that he didn't justified that win. But the guy at age 40 was winning league best and fairest in the 2. So
and
say no more.
Had proper umpires back then too. We weren't umpiring ourselves back then, so he couldn't bribe anyone or have his family umpire.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Nevada did start as a half-back flank too.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's where he cut his teeth. And he was very good attacking half-back.
By the time I knew Nev, mate, he wouldn't go in the back line for training.
No.
So, nah. All right, you want to go through mine?
Your half-back line,
Well,
Spider.
mine is the great man's Nexus. Put Ricky on the half-back flank because there wasn't a lot of pace in the back line back in the day, but Rick could move very, very well. I had Vlado at centre half-back, mate.
Okay.
Where I thought he was really, really good there.
Yep.
And I had the great mullet, Matty Cullett on the R halfback flank, mate.
Very good, very good. I like the fact that between these 222, we could have about 35 names because that's how many
Ricky said he could have 50.
superstars, that have come through here. That's it.
Another legend in Mull. You know, I think if you were to say who was the most liked guy that the place has ever produced, I'd say Mullet would win that hands down. He's friends with everyone. He's friends with anyone and everyone across and not only within the club, also across other clubs as well. I mean, I don't think there's anyone from any other club that doesn't respect or like the guy. And he's back from WA. He's been away for a while now, and yeah, there you go, halfback flank for Mull. You'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy that for sure.
He's got his own mob.
Let's be honest. He's
got Mullet's mob.
Mullet's mob. So that's the popularity of the guy.
All right,
yeah.
go for his centre line, mate. I had Andy Williams on the wing.
The crooner.
The crooner. Andy Williams. Willie was a gun. Of course, Kim Kardashian in the middle there, Ricky O'Toole.
Yep.
And I had Mickey Mostert on the other wing.
Okay.
There you go. Yep.
There you go. I should have picked traditional wingmen, but when this club has produced probably 10 of local footy's greatest 30 midfielders, I just stacked my centre line with ball winners. So hopefully if these two sides play against each other, my blokes win the one-on-one. So, I'm nervous putting this guy on a wing. He probably should be in the middle, but a two-time best and fairest winner from 94 and 95 and a best on ground medalist in the grand final, Johnny Cousins, is on one of my wings.
Superstar.
I had to put him in my starting lineup, and that's where he landed.
Fair
on
enough.
the other wing, I've got a runner-up of our league best and fairest. Now, this is before it was the Whitley Medal. It only became the Whitley Medal in 92 when a young Mark Stewart won it. And that was won by one Mark McDowell. I just thought with his athleticism and what he brought to this senior group when Nevada and Ricky were kind of just starting as juniors, sitting on the boundary with your fish and chips watching these legends.
I've copped it all.
I'm sure Mark was one of them.
You can't open your mouth, can you? You can't say something.
But this is 94.7 FM Pulse history in the making, because in this moment, me and Spider actually agree on something. In the centre spot, a 7-time club best and fairest, 2-time Whitley medalist and captain for my side, Ricky O'Toole.
There's nothing wrong with either of them at all. Johnny he's the one that sort of gets forgotten. Like, he was such a superstar.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was a gun.
Yeah, and he could do everything, like tackle, shepherd, and that's not counting, his agility, his pace. Like, he just had it all.
Yeah, his
He
defensive
really did.
side was brilliant.
Yeah.
His hands were just...
Goal-kicking midfielder as well.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
he kicked 3 or 4 goals and get 30 possessions, but also then, lay 15 tackles as well. His pressure was probably the best I've ever seen from an on-baller. His ability to chase and tackle and then to be silky as well. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And Ricky O'Toole, I mean, there wouldn't be a game where he wouldn't get 40 possessions, and he'd get that by weekly. And if he played well, we won. He played. Unfortunately, he didn't get to win a flag. He tried his best. He was here for many years, and it's probably the only thing he probably missed out on. He got every other award, but the elusive premiership did elude him. But in saying that, freak, absolute freak. Everyone knows him. He's well known around Geelong, and his reputation is immense. Throughout Geelong, and he's known elsewhere as well. So brilliant guy.
Yep. I think it's my turn.
It
Half
is yours,
forward
Al.
line, and again, commiserations on the wing. Shane Manning was a great wingman, but
He's a pest.
I just put on ballers everywhere because I want to win this game. All right, my half forward flank, playing 231 games for this club in the 1982 club best and fairest, was Mick Hutchison. I thought I'd put him on a flank. The other one, another one-time best and fairest winner from 1980. He kicked 83 goals that year, was Glenn Murphy. So I wanted to go back that first 15 years of the club, give some of those names a bit of love here.
Yeah, he was a friendly bloke on the ground, Murph, wasn't he?
bit before my era. Was he?
Well, put it this way. The bloke I put it full forward said that if this bloke didn't make the team, this is Glenn Murphy I'm still talking about, I'd be in trouble. So Murph's
Make
in.
mine.
Well, you're in trouble.
No, he didn't. I didn't play against him.
And a 3-time runner-up club best and fairest. He's never won a club best and fairest here, but he came runner-up 3 times. At centre half forward, I put Laurie Pearson.
Fair enough. Well, I said blokes I played against, so it's a bit different. I had Ash Davey on one half forward.
Or grand final hero.
He was a good footballer.
He was.
Very good.
He was named at centre half forward in that grand final, so I would just let me beat because he's 4'3". But he was quick. No, he's 6, but he was quick.
He was changing on the ball from centre half forward.
Yeah, it was like under 14s.
Versatile
it was like under 14s.
Yeah.
I had Troy Fellman at centre half forward. Both the Fellmans are absolute freaks, and you always say, "Oh, you get them at the tail end of their career." I don't think Troy had a tail end of his career.
No,
I just think he was sensational wherever he went, and he was And I had the bloke with the mattresses strapped to his knees on my other half forward flank in Tin Lip Baker, Paul Baker. So
the Baker boy.
How he could jump with those things strapped to his legs had me beat. But geez, he could play footy.
Yeah, Ash Davies. We got him over from North Shore to the year he played. I think 93 maybe at North Shore. Either way, he came over in 94, and by 95 he was he was a Jet. He was a big influence in that year that we won the flag. And just going back to a really good player, and some of the other guys like you say Murphy there and Laurie Pearson, and would have been great to have someone in here that could have actually spoken about some of these guys from the 70s and 80s, because again, as much as we were successful in the 90s and 2000s, there were some really good teams that played out of the club in the 70s and 80s. And I think, as you were saying before, the Twos I think won 4 grand finals in a row in the 80s, and I think a few of them went through undefeated. So not only were that was the club, successful in those in the 90s and 2000s, but some really handy players came through in the 70s and 80s, and I know of those guys. I can't remember them play, Murphy and Pearson and a few of the other guys you've mentioned, but as soon as you say their names, I just know that they're spoken of really fondly by the older guys.
Yep.
In regards to their skill.
Full
forward line. Well, I don't think there'd be much this one. It was pretty simple for me. I had Baz in one pocket.
Yep.
I had Wayne Tyquin at full forward.
Or two from two.
And Sharky in the other forward pocket.
Good luck matching up on that.
Yeah, good luck with that. You'd hate to be a back line walking out of that, wouldn't you?
Take your pick.
Yeah.
Well, Baz wouldn't leave the goal square. Tigger can kick him from about 70, and Sharky can do whatever he wanted.
Tigger wouldn't let you in the goal square. Let's get out of my way.
He's what he would say to us for the majority of that 95 year was simply kick it to me.
Yeah.
And so the quarter time, half time, 3/4 time speeches were pretty straightforward for Wayne. It was just kick it to me and I'll take care of the rest. And look,
he did.
He did. He kicked 120 odd, I think, that
132,
year.
132, I think, in grand final year.
He's and as we were talking about before we come on air, I think everyone, it's well known that he'd kicked I think 100 goals or more for 10 years straight across 4 different leagues.
He's the only bloke ever to kick 100 in the 4 leagues: the GFL, the BFL, the GD, and the Colac.
There you go. And that again, record speaks for themselves. And again, we're talking about Mark Sharky O'Toole, and you got both of those guys and his brother Barry in the other pocket there. And I was saying before, again, we'll come on air, that Mark O'Toole, for me, was the most skillful player I ever played with. Ricky won't like that. In his prime.
O'Toole means.
And we never really got to see him in his prime either, Mark.
Sharky wasn't afraid to go on the back line, though, like Ricky was.
No. But yeah, it was a shame we didn't get to see more of Mark. We got to see a lot of Barry. Barry played, a lot of footy here. I think Barry has the most senior games played here. So, he was tough, Barry. He was, he'd put his body on the line in ways that,
the finger salute.
Yeah,
But
he'd also put his body on the line and get hurt often just by his toughness. So what he was, besides his skill and everything else he brought, he was just a tough player.
He was.
So there you go. It's an interesting lineup for both of you guys. Yeah.
So my deep forwards, I had those 3 all week until I rewatched the early 92 grand final. And I put Sharky on my bench. So taking his place from Spiders 3, so I still have Wayne Tyquin, league best and fairest as well. I don't know if you guys saw the interview, but
he would have told you all about
we
it.
talked so much about his 95 season, premiership coach, 132 goals, 8 in the grand final. We actually forget that he kicked 96 in the 86 season in his first stint here, won the best and fairest. Although I don't ever want to question the great man. He reckons he kicked all 96 of those from Ruck Rover. Now I reckon he was in rotation
more
with the forward line. I'm not quite sure our records
That's great.
We didn't have Premier data back then, so he's my full forward. Barry O'Toole Jr., of course, a 6-time club leading goal kicker, 2-time best and fairest 06 and 09, and of course we had Ricky winning 8 before him, so there was about 12 out of 15 best and fairest went to an 02 in that era.
Did he win 1 or 2?
I didn't have him
I
on
don't
the
know.
honour
What
What
board.
did Mick? I know one of the O2s won them.
Sharky struggled to play full seasons.
Yeah, we know
that was his problem.
So my remaining
weekends away.
forward, and again, it's an unorthodox side, but I wanted to give as much content to as many families as possible today. And when there's a bloke that's a 7-time club leading goal kicker, a bloke that was the 1991 best and fairest winner at the club, a bloke that kicked 124 in 92 and 111 in 93, then Rod Boothroyd actually makes my starting lineup. I had to do it, guys.
Yeah.
So I played
Beautiful
more
kick.
footy. I played more footy against Leagues at North than I did against Corio.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful kick. Kick 60 metres, easy.
Oh.
You know, just, yeah.
It's a star at North Shore too,
Yeah.
before he came here.
I just hope for my lineup the ball's in the air and it's not a wet weather day because I don't have too many little guys in my team. That's the problem.
No, you have. Legs is a big tall bloke, but the others aren't.
Yep.
The others aren't.
Barry's good on, yeah.
Bazza loved the wet.
Yeah?
Loved it.
Yeah, Rod Boothroyd, he great guy too. I mean, it's not so. I played in those both seasons at his Hawk that he kicked those 100 goals, and yeah, really, really strong, hard leading forward. But more than that, he's actually away from the field, one of the nicest blokes I think you'll ever meet, Legs, and lovely family as well. Jeff, his brother, played a couple of seasons here as well. You know, again, he's probably he played a lot of GFL footy. Jeff, his older brother, and was one of the most skillful.
30 years ago this year that Jeff had that head knock.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, he
30
did.
years
Yep.
ago this year.
Yeah, there you
when
go.
he died on the field.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and his footy career ended there. But yeah, geez, he could play, and yeah, but getting back to Legs, I mean, you kick 100 goals twice in 2 years in a row, and you can play the game, and yeah, that's there you go. Very
Beautiful.
great lineups.
Well, we still have our ruck
Our
and
ruck and our
followers, but I'm
bench,
still nervous about this bench because all these names I'm forgetting, I'm kind of mentally adding to my
It
lineup.
doesn't matter. It's all subjective, buddy.
It is. All right, so I'll start off with who's in the middle.
No, your
Yeah,
ruck.
it
Yeah,
is.
your ruck lineup.
Well, usually when someone plays 152 senior games for a club and they've played for multiple clubs, that's the club they've played their most footy for. But in Mark Stewart's case, I think 152 of his club games makes up for about 20% because he just played
playing now.
game 200. But look,
600 he's got.
that's
to,
600. Sorry, 600 across the road from us. But ultimately, while I'm sure he would have done really well in that 95 side, in that 92 side that made the grand final, he won the league best and fairest. So our inaugural Whitley medalist, and the fact he's still playing today, he's going to be my ruckman. He's played 150 games in the red and white, so good on him. Now, the only modern name I've mentioned so far is Jason Hume, so we need to put another young one in, and Joel Bennett's done it for me. He's a three-time club best and fairest while playing coach, but also a 2-time leading goal kicker for Corio in the last 3 years. So Joel's definitely making my lineup. And then again, I'm sure our 70s and 80s listeners are loving me with some of these names, but I had to chuck in Herbie Matthews. So the 81 league club best and fairest, and 81 and 82 league best and
Would have been
fairest.
70 yesterday, Herbie.
There you go. So I think it's very fitting this
Hopefully
weekend.
he's here today. He come a couple of years ago, and
Did he?
it was good to catch up with him. And
Well, they're the good ones you want to catch up with. All right, my ruck, a little bit different to yours, mate. As I said, Stewie's in my side, but my starting ruckman was tough because this bloke has played at a couple of different clubs. But if you're starting ruckman in a premiership side, I think that just tipped the scales for me. So Ray Robertson's my starting ruckman. Johnny Cousins is my ruck rover, who is also the captain of my side.
Yep.
And the great man next to you there, Nevada Cornwall, he's the tallest rover in the league, but he's starting on the ball as well. So there's my three in the middle.
Pretty handy midfields
With
when
Ricky-
you look
with
at
Ricky-
both of them.
With Ricky in the middle as well, you know.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, Mark Stewart, I actually remember Mark Stewart as a junior. Mark Stewart as a junior actually struggled. He wasn't really, didn't set the world on fire. I think he was struggling to get a game in under 15s and under 16s. Then just within a 12-month period, something changed within him. And within the 12 months, he was playing senior footy from struggling at a game in the under 16s. 12 months later, playing seniors, and I think not long after that, he was down at Geelong under 19s, and the rest, they say, is history. Went over to SA, played some footy in the Sandful, and yeah, and as everyone's aware, played many games in many different clubs. But yeah, big man Melton, and as we were talking about before, Johnny Cousins, yeah, just silky and skillful, and great player.
And Neffers is a tougher competitor you ever see, wasn't he?
Oh, definitely. Ray Robertson, he's one of the best players you'd love to play with.
Oh, absolutely.
He was so tough and hard, and he'd just give the other ruckman nightmares.
And great tap ruckman too, to put
really
it on your chest. Just deft tap left or right. He'd put it wherever you wanted it as well. He was a really skillful ruckman.
I want to see a game where Stu had the breakout, mate. If you get a hold of the under-17 interleague game in 1990, I think it was, we played Southwest Gippsland versus at North Geelong. My God, he played in the ruck all day.
Yep.
It was. I've watched it. It was just an unbelievable. Like, his game was. He was best on ground, probably first, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Yep.
That's how dominant he was as a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
He wasn't any shorter back then, but sometimes those tall blokes take that extra couple of years because they're gangly and whatever, and then they finally get some coordination. All right, my bench, Tig.
Yep.
So another bloke who could have started at full back on the back pocket, Matty King, was always tough to play on for me. Yep. Probably the loosest cannon, and this is saying something, probably the loosest unit ever to play at Corio, Justin Tate.
Yeah, wow. Tatey's in.
That's a hard feat.
The bloke sitting next to him wasn't far behind, Craig Marsh. And I had Stewie as well on the bench. So that's my bench. You talk about a loose, Tatey. You wouldn't get a word out of Kingy. Probably wouldn't get a word out of Tatey, but he's as mad as he's mad as they come. Marshy was just. I think he played in the '95 grand final, didn't he, Marshy?
Yep.
He was just as tough and in and under footballer as I ever played footy against, I reckon. And Stewie, of course. Well, Stewie speaks for himself. But as I said, Robbo in the ruck had to be my ruckman.
Well, I mean, look at the quality of ruckman. Robbo, Renee Peters, Stewie, and there's probably another 8 that I can't even think of right now that I'll drive home tonight and go, oh, crap, I forgot about him.
Well, get your last ones out, mate. We've got 10 minutes before the game starts.
You're just waffling on about your career. I want to hear from the experts here.
My career was very short.
Really briefly mention our 95 grand final winning water boy, Chris Laurie, went on to play 211 senior games and a best and fairest. So Chris Laurie's my water boy. And a shout out to our club historian, Phil Boyle, who played 124 senior games. But I had 5 names on my bench, and I wanted to circle one that would be my super sub. And I'm going to circle it now in front of you guys. That's going to be Frank Foppiani. Again, didn't spend a lot of his seniors here, but a runner-up in the league best and fairest in 92 to his teammate Mark Stewart. I think you guys must have known you'd seen something special when he came onto this ground. And that leaves my bench, Bill Benson. I got Ricky Bingham, 191 senior games. Honoured to be in his presence as well as Nev's. One, Daryl Jones. A club best and fairest winner in 87 and 88. I think it'd be remiss of us not to put him in our 22. And finally, I've got M. O'Toole because I couldn't split between Sharky or Mick. If you watch Mick's first quarter of that grand final, when all eyes are on you blokes and Taekwon, how good's Mick? He's just got about 18 touches and just. I think you guys led Werribee 31 to zip. So
he's the forgotten O'Toole. Like Mick was really good, tough, skills, like everything. But he played on the back flank. You don't get as much recognition.
But he also
back
packed
there.
up and moved pretty much after his career. He didn't hang around, and so you sort of didn't get to. Like I played against him, but he packed up and moved up. Up Bush, up Swan Hill way, and then So
Sharky is my spot in the bench. Just to clarify in case he's listening, Sharky is in my line.
Sharky, if he's available.
Yeah, if he's available.
Pip was a good footballer. No about that. But a lot of the O'Tooles had said you go back. But they're our sides, lads. So
that was fun. I enjoyed that, guys.
Just in regards to Sid Jones, he's still playing. Actually, I play with a bit of
Super Fools.
And he's 60. But people. I think a lot of people. It's irony that we're playing North Geelong today in our past Players Day, but 2 of their best ever produced players were Scappa and Sid Jones, and a lot of people actually don't realise that both of them played a fair bit of seniors here prior to heading across to North Geelong. Very handy players, and we're playing against North Geelong today. And it should be a big game. Hopefully the Corio can get up and have a win for the past players that are here. From my perspective, thanks for having me on, and it's been a pleasure talking about some of the. I'm sure we missed many players, and there'll be a few guys if they're listening to this probably thinking, what about me? And
Yeah, that'd be right.
No, thanks for having us on.
Lazarus, Steve Berry,
Yeah,
Shane
exactly.
Manning, Damien Purcell.
You
I
can't
can't look
forget
at
the
it.
great Henry either, huh?
Henry?
Darren Shelley. Can't forget the great Darren Shelley.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's as tough as they come. There's plenty of them, But you talk about Sid. Well, there's been 11 carnivals, and he's won 11 medals.
Yes.
Australian carnival. He's won 11 medals in the over 45s in the Super Rules.
So very last one, boys. How's Corio going to go today?
I'm a little bit confident. Like, we've been thereabouts nearly every week. No one's really kicked big scores on us. And I just think if we can put 4 quarters together, we're a big show.
I think we could, in a close one, Corio by a couple of goals.
All right. Well, boys, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciated your insight into this. And, look, we hope you just wander back over there. Now, we'll let you go before the siren goes, so you have to go walk around the ground. Make sure you walk through the ground, take the shortcut. Thank you
I'm
both.
in the coach's box.
Oh, are you? Oh, stiff.
I'm straight to the bar.
Yeah, I knew where you'd be, Nev. Thank you both. I obviously played a fair bit of footy against you both, and it was always enjoyable out here. What I can remember. But no, look, thanks for coming along and having a chat with us, and I hope everything goes really, really well for you today. And you said if you get 180, that'd be fantastic. I know when Benny come on the hashtag the other week, he said he'd come back to one. There was 5 people here. And to have over 100 confirmed coming, that is a fantastic. It just shows where the club's at.
Yeah.
So it's a credit to you blokes for sticking around and being through all that change and still doing what you do around the club. So thank you very much, Rick. Thanks, Nev, for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much.
Boys.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, lads.
Thank you.
All right, Tig, we've got a game to get to. Baggers should be outside, probably just hanging around, having a look. So that was Ricky Bingham and Nev Cornwall who've given up time, and something a bit different for the show this week with no Grubby and no Dale. We've thought we had have a look at the Corio sides and a bit of fun there. But quickly, we need to run through our games.
Yep.
Baggers just outside the commentary box somewhere. Where's the big bearded one?
Well, while we're looking for him, we got to confirm spot at the memorial clock. It's in safe hands.
Yeah, they left it with me.
Very good. I want to double check. We can trust you.
The Sir Eric Nichols Memorial Clock. All right, join us in the commentary box for today. Obviously, Dale's gone to a 30-year reunion at Learmont. Grubby's gone to, I think, Australian Crawl concert in Warragul or something like that. Geez, it'd be cold up in Warragul today. So, of course, as I said, we have the man of the GDFNL, the media bloke who does all the fantastic stuff you see on Facebook and Insta and all the other social media. I'm sure there'll be TikTok and then whatever else there is. Either MySpace or something like that as well.
MySpace, Jesus. Going back. MSN.
We have Alex Zagani. And, of course, we have the former coach of the Belmont Lions Football Club. It's gone from a Bell Post Still versus Werribee flavour to 3 ex-Belmont players in the box today. So,
how it should be, Spot.
And the mandatory is that one of them must be my coach, ex-coach. So, the great Brad Bagger Edwards. Thank you for joining us today, mate.
Pleasure to be here, gentlemen. Pleasure to be here.
Well, we're going to quickly run through. We've got about 3 minutes before we go, boys. So we're going to I just want to, in a word, who's going to win these games. The Giants versus Banno at West Oval.
Banno.
Yeah, Banno.
Rightio. We'll go to Bell Post Still Thompson at Windy Hill.
Oh, Tommy Tigers for me.
I'll go the Panthers.
You
Well, I went for them in round one.
There's something wrong with
I
you.
went for them in round one and they beat East. There you go.
The other massive clash today, first versus third or first versus second. I know they swap every week. So one of these sides will be clearly on top unless it's a draw. Oh, it won't be. So it'll be two. East Geelong versus Belmont at East Geelong.
I can't go against the Lions, can I, Spide? They're,
You can.
No, not at all. I would never do that to my former side, but I reckon they'll get the chockies today. They're looking good.
Well, I reckon East Geelong 10 wins in a row, especially after what we saw against Werribee. They took the foot off the pedal and they still won.
Unbelievable game that was last week. Inverleigh, Werribee. Hello, great man. Good. Inverleigh, Werribee at Inverleigh.
Werribee.
Yeah, at the start of the year, you would have thought Inverleigh, but the way Werribee's going, they get a few names back in the side today. I think it'll be them comfortably. And very sad to hear Dalton Grundle. We won't see him for the rest of the season.
Was Mickey Budavalis, who actually I was talking to about 4:30 this morning at work, stood on his foot. That was an accident, pure accident, broke his foot. So, and the other game, this round is absolutely unbelievable. Out at Foot Trot Flats, boys, out Anarchy versus Winch.
Oh, geez. Roll the dice on that one, I think. That's going to be a cracker.
Welcome to the commentary team back.
Yeah, exactly right. That's what we do here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd have to go Anarchy there. They've got to get the chockies there for sure.
Just to me, it depends which Anarchy shows up. We saw Anarchy defeat Werribee Centrals, but then they couldn't get the job done on some of the lowest sides. So, yeah, look, let's change it up. I'll go Winch.
All right, quickly today, lads. It was a cracking game. As I said, we had that great little lead in there with the two boys who I played a lot of footy against. absolute legends of this club. Corio North, boys.
Look, the form line here, very similar. But I really can't go against Corio at home. It's a really hard place to play footy. You've got a premiership reunion over there, I believe. They'll get up and about later on this afternoon. It should get the boys over the line, I think.
Well, it's 50 years of Corio. This is
there
what
you
it
go.
is. So it's 50 years since the Corio club formed, Corio Devils formed. Yep.
Terrific.
Yeah, look, for me, Spot, North Geelong, they had a 2-1 start to the season after only winning one game last year, which coincidentally was
the last game of the year.
Against Corio.
Yep.
So, look, they've only won 2 of their last 7. I reckon they will be filthy not getting the win over Inverleigh last week, 3 points. So I'll go for North Geelong by a kick, but it's going to be a great day at the Devils Playground.
Well, it's already on. There we go, the siren, lads. So we're about to get underway here. So looks like Blake Miller in the middle there against Green. Miller wins a tap down in front of Desnoy. Desnoy runs on the ball, throws on the left foot, drives North Geelong into attack. Leading out, picking up the ball is Fazio. Gets a handball over the top. Wrapped up there was Billy. Billy gets a handball out wide. Looking to come back into Desnoy's hands. He tries to centre the ball. It's a nice looking kick there. Great lead. Strong mark out in front. So we've literally ticked over 25 seconds here at All in One Oval. And North Geelong, through the agency of Cooper Vaughan, will be having a shot for goal. So that's an electric start there, lads.
Yeah, that was a great inside kick there. Exactly where that footy needed to be. Good connection between the half forward and the full forward line.
So we have Cooper Vaughan, probably 20 out, 25 out directly in front. Toby Bennett is standing the mark. So I don't know if he was playing on Toby Bennett in that bit of play. But anyway, Vaughan now for North Geelong, who will kick into the scoreboard end here at All at One Oval. Comes in, keeps it nice and low, straight over the goal umpire's head. And there is our first goal for the day. It takes North Geelong to one straight, leading Corio yet to score. We've ticked over 1 minute. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Well, sign of things to come, of course, our reserves match. I didn't
you
get
got
the
the score.
final scores, but I can tell you, Spider, 6 of the opening goals of that game took place to the left of our screen. Just a reminder to our Pulse listeners, you can watch this live stream on our YouTube channel. So it's back in the middle now.
Final score on the twos. North Geelong 8-11-59, Corio 4-6-30.
Beautiful. So Miller, can he help North Geelong get the opening 2 goals? Not if Corio's green has anything to do with it. And there it's rode beautifully. Dixon's kick out of the middle. He's taking over Joel Bennett's place in the middle. And the umpire is going to reward a free kick towards Kefi. So Kefi for Corio's first inside 50. The ball goes in. It's 40 out. And there's the mark. Had the hands. Hayden Burns. He's kicked, I think, 3 of their opening goals of the game so far this season. Few people in the opposition camp would have thought that might have been a free kick towards his one-on-one opponent. Nonetheless,
one bloke in the box thought the same too.
I think 3, Spider, but I'm just being diplomatic here.
Anyway.
So let's see how he goes. Some nice silence in the crowd. It's past Players' Day here at the All-in-One Oval. Corio for the right of reply, puts it on the right boot. And his teammates love it. 6 apiece, starting.
Good finish.
Piece of play.
North Geelong had a +1 in the defensive 50 there, and just didn't really influence it. Thomas Swinnison probably could have done a little bit more there, but he'd like his time again, I feel.
Wow, 3 minutes. We've got 1 apiece. Let's hope this continues. Well, the boys might be tired by about halfway through the second quarter, I would have thought. She's a bit muddy in the middle here too, Bagger.
Yeah, I didn't venture into that part of the ground very often, Spide. So
Ball in the middle now.
And neither did you, by the way.
No, I didn't either. So one down there,
well
but Matty James for Corio Sharks, the Blake Miller tap. Comes along looking for Burns again. Might be a shove in the back. The umpire has said it was. So Burns again. Looks forward, goes short, looking for Carr. Carr flies, can't quite take the mark. Ball spills down. Fumble here. The side of the box always gets me away, but coming through as Keeler gets a handball out to Carr again. He's been pinned for holding the ball. So free kick now. North Geelong deep in defence. Coming out wide here. It's a nice looking kick.
Great kick.
Finds Brockenshire. So Bryce Brockenshire now for North Geelong. Looking at his options. Had Swenson short, chose not to go there. And a bit longer down the ground, it's touched off the boot. Ball punched down by Hall. Coming through with Swenson. Ball hits the deck now, falls out the back here. Lands in the hands of Pask. Umpire said it's going nowhere. We'll have a ball up. Almost right in front of the commentary box here. So Dale's favourite spot to call the footy from.
I was just going to say, this is usually where you handball it off to Dale.
Yeah, I'm not handballing it today because I'm calling it. So Green and Pass go at it. Green wins that one down. Free kick could be paid there and has been. So, long down the line. Is that Fazio wearing 35? So,
I believe so.
Anyway, good kick there. Finds Jackson Mallet. He goes wide out to Fazio. He's run down with it. Goes back to Mallet. The umpire's pinning for holding the ball. It was very, very quick. So, Fazio normally wears 31, but...
Well, while you look onto that, it looks like Clyden will take the free kick. Just ignored Matt James, and he's kicked it straight into Fazio on the mark there. Swooped up by the captain for North Geelong in Schwenison of the Zach variety. Umpire says, give it to me. So, 1 goal apiece. 1 forward entry to each side, resulting in a straight goal. And it's back up here. Corio win the tap. Kyle O'Toole started on the bench, but now it's Desnoy with his third disposal. Fazio of the John variety. No, in fact, that was... Damien Fazio, and now the mark's taken there by Noah Penny. So Penny, nice bit of currency on that kick, goes towards the Habib direction. The front of the pack was Miller. There's a few Corio Devils defenders around it, but North Geelong might get the free kick here. Matty James has the ball now. Tried to take one too many on, and
Great
it's a free kick to North Geelong's forward line.
All right, free kick to Noah Billy here. Billy goes out in the pocket, goes very, very wide, looking for he picks the ball up very, very well. What's the umpire said? It's out of bounds. I'll have to find out from the great Rory Priddle to let us know who that was. That's John Fazio in 31. So
Damien must be
Damien
in 35.
must be in 35, not 26. So that's okay. You can get reported and be the wrong number. So ball about to be thrown in now. Green and Miller falls short. Miller takes it out of the ruck, gets a quick handball away. But coming out is James. Great run and carry to start with. Follows off, gets the handball back. This is a good run from Corio through the middle. Quick kick out wide. Has to be good in front of Carr. Carr's, lovely kick off the ground now by Bartolo. Herschel Carr runs in, picks it up. Open goal. Snap goal.
Great goal. That was good, just surge play from Corio. Good run from half back. Sometimes you just got to take it on.
You do. So, Corio moved to 2 goals straight, 12, leading North Geelong, who are 1 goal straight, 6. We've gone 7 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter. Bag.
So Herschel Carr, of course, absent from the lineup. His first senior game as a 21-year-old. He's a man now, and if you're impressed with his first 9 rounds, kicking 30-odd goals, well, just you wait until the afternoon he's going to have here as the ball goes back in the middle. Miller is their starting ruckman, so North Geelong's going to play Mitch Habib deep, and Miller just picked that off the glue pot there, but I think we'll have a secondary centre, well, not bounce, I'd say it'll be thrown up with that texture.
Bring it away from the mud. The Twos took it further out the other side.
I think that was the right call as Miller goes again. Bit of a backhand there. Burns with the karate kick, centre clearance. It's a one-on-one for the footy. Beautiful kick, just taken down there towards the forward line. That kick was off of Hall. Ball now tackled there, and now North Geelong just kicking it out of trouble.
I can't see, mate.
That's all good. I'll keep going.
No, it's okay, buddy. Ball's come back in, goes to Jewel. Quick kick out, looking for Desnoy. Desnoy in the right spot. Can't quite take them up. Matty James runs onto this. Takes on one tackle, but is pulled up quickly. Quick kick on the boot there. Goes out of bounds. So we'll have a ball up there. That was by Brad Horsham. We'll have a ball up now deep in the forward pocket for Corio, who, as you said, Alex, the Twos kicked more goals to the scoreboard end, but Corio have no trouble running the ball up. So ball thrown in now. Horsham takes it out of the ruck. Quick kick on the boot. Struggle here, picked up there by Desnoy. Knocked out of his hand by James. James probably taking a little bit high. Hall gets a quick handball out to Burns. Burns throws it on the left foot. That's only 15, no way. Ball brought to ground. The umpire will come in. We'll ball the ball up about 15 metres out from the Corio goal. I said we've ticked over 8.5 minutes. The Morris Finance first quarter here at All in One Oval. So ball in the air now. Horsham goes up. Desnoy sharks the wide. Quick kick on the boot. Sends it out wide here. So Ball picked up, tackle there. That's a great tackle. Ball brought to ground, and the umpire has said that is dropping the ball. So Kyle O'Toole, the recipient here.
Too slow to get rid of that one.
Very much so, mate. So Kyle O'Toole drives Corio deep into attack again at the front. Jelenic brings the ball down, but Matty James is there in the hot spot again. Went to break the tackle, did well, gets the handball away here to BJ. BJ kicks around the corner. Herschel Carr.
Matty James had it. He's got it on an absolute string in the first 5, and rightfully so, coming off for a spell. Otherwise, he'll get leather poisoning.
So Herschel Carr, very strong one-on-one there, and that's what I got him over from North Shore for that. They've got young blokes in Destin Burns and Jelenic up there who he just adds that bit of class. So Herschel Carr coming in looking for his second goal from the goal square. Should not be a problem, and certainly isn't. Corio moved to 3 goals straight. North Geelong to 1 goal. We have ticked over 10 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
So brings his season tally to 37. Only his 10th game. Of course, he missed out on that loss to Bannockburn last week. So no Joel Bennett and no Herschel Carr to the Bannockburn Tigers. And they only went down by 3 goals. That goes to show you how much improvement this Corio side have shown in recent years. As we go back into the middle, Logan Dixon back on the ground now. So
Aaron Taylor's gone in for a run in the ruck.
So Taylor, he'll come from the left of your screen if you're watching this on the YouTube live stream, but the win goes towards North Geelong in that occasion. Dixon with the handball, tries to get his teammate there in Cotter. Cotter with another inside 50 for Corio. BJ's under it, trying to get the ball. Schwennison's after it as well. Could we have another stoppage right on the paint? Umpire says so. So Matty James giving us the thumbs up.
Hello, Matty.
We just got an all-in-one thumbs up from Matty James on the boundary there, the Whitley medalist. So Corio can kick a goal here without both of their listed Whitley medalists on the field. That would be a big statement against the Magpies. Until then, North Geelong through the agency of Smith. He runs around his opponent, kicks in the middle towards Habib. He has to take on 2 Corio players there. Picking it up was Blake Ash. Ash kicks towards centre-half forward. There's 2 North Geelong players. And a comfortable mark taken there by the former North Shore Seagull in Paddy Cleary.
So Cleary goes short. Didn't quite get to where it was supposed to go. Picked up by Smith, but he's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. So we'll have a ball up. Just the far side of the glue pot here at that all-in-one oval. I was talking to Mitchy Grace, who does the wiki. He used to the Cairns side, the sprinklers on all week, so it's caused a bit of mayhem. So Taylor and Pash go at it. Taylor with the height does win that one down, and not a clear tap out. So James over the top now, wrapped up the tackle. We'll have another ball up. Sorry, it was Keeley who was wrapped up. Remember the day's bag used to be 1 bloke bald head. There's about 7 of them out there today. It sort of confused it. Anyway.
Exactly.
So Taylor and Pascal go at it again. Taylor does win that one down. Tips over the top. Quick handball through. Comes back to Pask, who feeds it out wide, but only as far as Keeley. He picks the ball up. Tries to get a quick handball out. Does in the end. Lands in the hands of Toby Bennett, who just sinks the slipper in. Drives Corio forward again. Carr tried to peel off. The ball didn't quite work for him, but BJ O'Toole gets it. Ooh, what's the umpire paid out?
A throw.
Paid a throw. So he did feed it out, and we do have a delayed replay here we can watch, and there probably might have been 2. Anyway, North have come across the line here. Ooh, dangerous. Tripping over at the wrong time, there was Lukey Swennison, so it's a rush behind to Corio. The first minor score for the afternoon, 3-1 Corio, 1 straight to North Geelong, 12.5 Morris Finance first quarter.
It was great pressure there from Herschel Carr. He worked his bum off to get over that.
He did, so the ball's brought in here. Coming long down the line, picked up quickly and out here only as far as Desnoy. Desnoy does well in the end, picks up, goes to barrel, but only ends up kicking a check side into the centre there. Bennett brings it to ground, can't quite take it, goes a quick handball out there to Doyle. Doyle's done well, feeds it out the back to Taylor. Taylor goes to Keeley, but Mallet gets in the way. Ooh, that could have been a throw, but Doyle ends up with it anyway, so quick kick off the ground, not quite there. The ball comes back, Pack's fine. Dixon picks the ball up now, wrapped up for 3 North Geelong players, so we'll have a ball up just this side of the glue pot. So true centre wing here at all-in-one oval, just in front of the commentary box.
So back to where it all started. Taylor in the ruck, the number 26 for Corio. He won that tap out straight to his rover, and now he has to rove it himself. Hall, the vice-captain, got it on his left foot. Won't be far enough. Ball was kicked away there by Jewel. Jewel's kick goes towards the muff. Blake Miller. And North Geelong, they have not kicked a goal since the first minute of this match.
Here's a chance for me.
He looks like he could roost a footy,
He
gentlemen.
can kick a ball a long way, mate.
So Blake Miller, he's seen premiership success both in the North Geelong and Bannockburn jumper. He's back where he belongs now. 45 out from goal. We've seen some iconic half forwards with the number 23 in recent years. How will this one go at the all-in-one oval? Goal umpire looks to the side and it's a minor score. So margin now goes back to 12 points.
That was one of the few centre clearances that North Geelong have had this quarter. And it just goes to show, if you get it forward, your forwards will do the rest for you. That's what they have to do.
Toby Bennett to bring the ball in now. So he comes out wide, looking for in the Geelong and Green direction. Geelong at the back, but he's outpointed there by Pask. That's a fantastic grab there by young Pask. Turns the ball around the middle. Nice little kick through the middle. Lands with McDonald. McDonald now looking at his options. She's a pretty closed up forward line, so he swings on the left foot. It's not a great kick off the boot, but luck is an absolute fortune. An absolute mongrel punt off the boot. And we'll have a shot. North Geelong, no more than 25 out. And it's Jackson Jewell with the ball. I just don't know what's happened to his brother. His brother's a very good footballer as well, but I haven't seen him run around the twos as well. So anyway, Jewell coming in now. North Geelong with a couple of forward 50 entries in a row.
Matty James back on the ground spide.
So Jewell goes through and goes bang and has the second. They're all excited. Yes, the second for North Geelong. They moved to 2-1-13. Trailing Corio, who are 3-1-19. And we've ticked over 15 and a half minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
So, Baggy, you just noticed James back on the ground now. The last 2 minutes he wasn't in that play. That's where North Geelong just were on top of the footy.
Exactly, yeah. I think he's definitely the guy in the middle for Corio that gets the job done. And also just tells everyone where to be. Really, really mature head through there. So without him, they're a bit deficient. But look for a change now.
So Miller, can he keep North Geelong surgents? Not if Matty James has anything to do with it. He puts a shepherd on for Dixon. Dixon's kick goes towards Kyle O'Toole. He's kept his feet, but he hasn't kept the ball. Tackle could have been over the shoulders there, but umpire says, I'll have it, as the North Geelong player Noah Billy passes him back the ball. If you're joining us, it's the Round 11 broadcast match of the day. Corio playing host to North Geelong. 19-13 in favour of the home side as Matty James, first-year Devil, backwards handball. Gives his side some clarity. Kyle O'Toole takes a mark in front of Fisher.
That's a great out kick from the half-back there. Yeah. Brilliant.
Matt Jelenic, of course, one of the top ball winners for Corio in season 2024. His kick found Kyle O'Toole. He kicked it towards his brother's direction in BJ, but it's Taylor, the big ruckman, who takes the mark. So the number 26 launches it forward. Will Carr be in the background? I think Toby Bennett's even snuck up forward, but it's Herschel Carr. Can he kick 3 goals in the opening quarter, boys?
Great kick from Taylor there. That was just perfectly weighted to Herschel Carr's side. Use his body.
It just protected the space really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yep. Knew exactly where it was going.
Well, Grubby did ask the question a while ago. So Jack Green was injured and then Taylor came in. He'd been playing good footy in the twos and weren't sure he was going to make it into the ones. We spoke to Benny a couple of weeks and he said, look, we wouldn't have thought that, but now they're both, him and Green, on the same side.
Yep.
And Taylor, great grab, great kick.
Yep. And that was really good connection from their half-back all the way down the ground too.
Yep. So Carr comes in and there he's got your wish there, Al.
Yeah, to think of my name for a second.
I did,
just
actually.
as the great Toby Bennett comes off. I tell you what.
I was going to call you Dale for a second.
Well, that's all right. I remember Dick Philpott calling me Dave Tagani on Channel 31 for about 2 years.
Phil Dickpot.
Phil Dickpot.
So anyway, 4-1 Corio, 2-1 to North Geelong. We've done 18 minutes here. Morris Finance, first quarter.
I tell you who'd be really happy right now, boys. That is the Bannockburn backline, because they didn't have to worry about Herschel Carr last week, and he's just opened this game with 3 goals.
Yeah, well, anyway, back in the middle now. So Green and Miller. Miller wins that one down. It's stuck in the glue pot. Dixon picks it up and he's put in there. That jump will be in the dry cleaners or probably hit with the high-pressure hose, mate.
The pressure washer, I think.
Pressure washer. Maybe take one of Bagger's jobs where it rains and watch it run off the walls. So Miller and Green now. Miller just uses his strength, taps it down. The umpire said a shepherd. I thought you're allowed to hold your ground, but okay. That's what the umpire's called. That's fair enough. I'm not going to argue with him.
I'm not sure about that one, Spide.
No. So Green now. He's kicking out of the glue pot, nearly fell over. It just lands in the arms of Ash. Ash will swing on that left foot as he does. Drives the ball long, looking for Carl. Why wouldn't you? And I'll tell you what, he's taken another one.
Yeah, he did exactly the same thing then, Spide. protected the space and took a really nice mark. Playing in front too.
I've got to say that Ben Evans from Belmont has impressed me with the way he protects the spaces, holds the. I mean, he's a bigger body.
He's a bigger lad, yeah.
Than what Carr is, but Carr is a wiry bloke and has played a fair bit of GFL footy too.
Yeah.
So
he definitely. I did a bit of research during the week, gentlemen, and he was one that I definitely had down as one to watch.
Well, you and Alex are on your own there, mate. We know what research was. So anyway, Herschel Carr, who already has 3, Corio have 4, coming in now. Kicking from about 35, 40 out. He's pulled that one to the left, and it's going to stay very, very left. Stayed in play, did it? Yes, it has stayed in play. Picked up, quick kick in here. BJ O'Toole.
Yep.
BJ O'Toole just standing his ground, unmarked, which is very ill-disciplined, do you think, in that sort of contest?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if there's one forward that you need to put time into as a defensive 6, it's definitely BJ O'Toole.
So BJ comes in, the goal umpire stands tall. That is 5 now for Corio. BJ has his first in number 27 today. So 20 minutes gone, first quarter. Morris Finance first quarter says Corio out to 5-1. Leading North Geelong, who are 2-1.
Yeah, BJ kicks them in his sleep, doesn't he? There's no issue there for him.
He doesn't. We were a bit concerned about him last month after that Belmont match. He had a bit of problems with the left leg, and then, of course, he missed out on about 3 weeks of footy. But I don't think an O'Toole's going to miss a past players' day at Corio. There's a chance.
No, I saw the who's who of Corio rolling in there too, so it'll be a good day for him.
So it was back in the middle now. Neither Green or Miller were able to get to that, but it's the most recent goal kicker, BJ O'Toole, who's going to throw himself at the footy. Keeping his feet there was Bryce Brockenshire. His kick finds his teammate there in Cooper Vaughan, so the opening goal kicker of the match. He launches it across the field. Mark is taken there by Noah Penny. Penny's kick goes towards his captain in Schwenneson. So now's the right of reply for the visitors. Zach's kick goes to a one-on-one. John Fazio couldn't quite keep his ground there, and the ball goes over the line. We'll have a throw in, and we are 21 minutes into the opening quarter here on the match of the day.
Sorry, T. Good play by North there, just to change lanes and open the fat side up of the ground. Left Corio napping there a little bit. It's probably something they can really work on moving forward.
Could be a free kick to eye. Yeah. No, you're right, Bagger. It's a big ground here, so plenty of space.
I've actually forgotten how wide it is, Spot. It's
why do you walk over at half time?
Yeah, so, I'll get a taxi, I think.
So the ball brought to the ground now. Deep in North Geelong's defence. Desnoy overruns it. Quick pick up and handball there. Ball kicked long way out there by Burns over the back. Taylor done well to keep it down. Picked up quick handball out. It's a great handball out. So Cryer now driving deep in. Carr one out. Can he keep it in? He can. What options he's got? He's gone the Kevin Bartlett handball to himself, trying to use his pace there, but then overruns it. Ball falls back into his hands. Oh, a great tackle, going nowhere and holding the ball.
Yeah, that's a wild tackle.
That is a ripping tackle, isn't it? So, that Cleary that laid that tackle, I think. So, he's come across here looking for Swenneson. Luke comes through the middle. Nice little kick. Nice little handball. Well, that's Lukey Swenneson now running out with it. Not Luke, sorry, that was Tommy. So, wow.
That was a massive contest in front of us.
That was young Noah Billy. So Billy now for North Geelong, right in front of the commentary box, looking to go long. Was it good? That was Josh Delenick who laid that one. Goes long there, looking. Ball comes to ground. First to recover is Habib. Can't take the ball with him. Oh, slips on the wet. It always gets very wet over there too, Bagger.
Yeah, it does. That didn't look good, but I'm glad he got up.
He's up and about, mate. So very, very wet in that pocket with those trees and no sun. Oh, Linemanor, how's it good that? So ball thrown in now. Mallet wins the tap down. Picked up there by Dixon. Dispossessed straight away. Ball up now, I think, will be. Yes, the umpire comes in. We've ticked over 23 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
So ball in North Geelong's half. Been some clean shots at goal. 5 goals, 1 playing, 2 goals, 1. Ruckman nominate. Matty James is under it if it goes behind him. Trying to get his hands on the footy there was Cooper Vaughan. He wants to kick his second goal for North Geelong, but the ball just won't make its way. And big round of applause for BJ O'Toole as he comes off the ground. The number 27 goes straight to Barry. Gets the high five, but it's all eyes on that half-forward flank for North Geelong. Mitch Habib applying pressure on Matty James. Umpire says, I'll have it again as we hit 23 and a half minutes in this opening quarter. So this really is the match of the day when it comes to atmosphere. There are people cheering left, right and centre for both sides. Who will get the clearing kick out of this stoppage, or will we have a fall for? Matt James has it, so he'll finesse his way around and find a target. Kicks to a one-on-one.
Oh, great hand.
Oh, couldn't quite take the mark there. Beautiful bump there by Horsham. And they're going to pay it to North Geelong. Your thoughts there?
Wow, you could have flipped a coin there. Or just called play on, one of the two.
Yeah, Beecroft drives long, looking in the middle direction. Ball comes to ground, picked up beautifully there. Quick kick out, nice kick to finds Jack Hall. So Hall for Corio. Has options out wide, but closed down. Could come longer down the line again, looking for Horsham, but doesn't do that. So it goes across to Matty James. I suppose, why wouldn't you? Matty James tips it back in the Nathan Kenyon direction, who is obviously lost playing in the back line. But he goes out wide and finds Cotter. Cotter runs down the line. Nice looking kick towards Carr. The man is hot today. Herschel Carr takes a grab just forward to centre on the far side of the ground for us in front of the, what's today? It's a good kick. Oh, couldn't quite bring the ball down. Horsham looking for a free kick. No point looking for it. Have a second effort. Would have been better, I would have thought. So leading in the race for the ball here is Fisher. Fisher does well, gets a handball across. Ball finds its way down the line here in the hands of Dalziel. Great tackle there by Burns and has been rewarded. So Burns drives Corio along again, looking for that man Carr. Not there, but Keeley comes across, picked up by Beecroft, who's knocked off the ball. Comes out wide again now. Nice little handball, looking to drive it out is Pask. Pask goes on the left foot, but it's only going to go as far as Burns again. So Hayden Burns has influenced this game very well. He's about to drive Corio forward. Does so, into the hot spot. They're all sat there. Ball comes to the ground. Picked up there by Toby Bennett, who throws it on the right foot. And he has got his first. So 6-1 now to Corio, leading North Geelong, who are 2-1. We have gone 26 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Well, I tell you what, for a side that's 10th on the table, without the best player in the competition on the field, they're looking pretty red hot, Bagger.
Yeah, fantastic, Tib. Their forward line, Corio's forward line's pressure then was a direct result of that goal, really. They just kept on pressuring North to the point where they couldn't get a clear kick away, and it paid dividends. It was great to see.
So ball goes back in the middle now. Blake Miller hasn't done too bad, but Burns, of course, doing very well for the Devils. And Matty James, he just wants to get another possession. Tries to chase down Damien Fazio. Can't. Jules' kick goes towards his running teammate Mitch Habib. Habib's kick launches it long. The intended target there was Mallet.
He's played the mark. And then he's played advantage anyway.
There's an advantage goal. What a comedy of errors if you're...
You can't play advantage, I don't think. And now he's going to pay 50.
50.
Well,
it's kept North Geelong back in the game, Spider.
No, it was. Yeah, it has. It has. Well, it hasn't yet. Jacko's got to kick this one first. I've seen him play cricket, mate, and he's no guarantee. His old man is a very good cricketer. Jacko, not so much. With that Krusty the Clown haircut.
Are you jealous of that, Spide, by any chance?
Absolutely.
So there you have it. Is that the third or fourth goal for North Geelong?
I'm going the third, mate.
Third?
So I didn't know who kicked the one before, but I think they went back to the mark, Al, and then they called the 50 from there. So I don't think he actually thought he marked it. So anyway, it's 6-1 here to 6-1 Corio, 3-1 North Geelong, 27.5. Morris Finance first quarter at all-in-one oval. So game on.
Great start.
So Rory Desnoy, he's off the ground for North Geelong now, but something tells me that won't mean too much the way they've attacked the last 2 minutes of momentum as we're just reaching that 28-minute mark of this opening term. And Bagger, as much as we talk about the Belmont East Geelong game today, there's so many former Bowen Heads teammates. I look out there and there's a lot of smiles and smirks because a lot of these guys are former North Shore teammates.
Absolutely, yeah. It's it tends to be what happens, isn't it? North Shore and Corio sort of align with each other.
And North Geelong
and
too.
North, yeah.
Miller uses the body here. He's got the free kick. So Green just to grab the jumper. I think they're just trying to struggle to stand up in the middle there. So Blake Miller, touched off the boot. Cardinal sin. That's not good. Handball over the top to Matty James. He just waltzes through two people and not even there. Has time to swing on the right foot. Goes long down the line looking for Destin
great
Burns,
mark.
and that is a fantastic grab. Baggy, you'll be very impressed with this kid. His reach is unbelievable.
Yeah, he took that at full strength too, full length.
And
of
just
the arms.
he won Corio's goal kick, I think, last year. He handballs off to James. James just sells a bit of candy and goes long. It's around Beecroft, but Beecroft did well enough there just to affect the kick. Dragged it to the left, a bit too far. The boundary umpire says that's out of bounds on the full. So
I would have liked to have seen him just go back and have a shot at that.
I would almost backed him from there, mate.
Yeah,
So,
I think he was a little bit pressured by Matty James.
yeah, so Cleary drives North Geelong. That is an unreasonable attempt there, I would have thought, by Jackson Jewell. The big men flew, and there's no Routley pie around that one, mate. So ball going to become straight back in by Jelenic. Jelenic goes long looking for puts the hands up. Can't take the mark. Wrapped up in a tackle now, brought to ground. We'll have a ball up about 10 or 12 metres out from the Corio goal.
It's the second or third time Carr and Taylor have sort of got in each other's way. I'd like to see a bit of separation there, try and isolate one of them.
So
Good
Taylor,
idea.
backwards tap there, tried to get it towards one of his pockets. The snap on goal won't quite bounce in there because it was Sam Reynolds on the last line of defence. So,
Jack Hall.
or was that Jack Hall?
Jack Hall. No, it's snap.
Yeah. The punch.
Sammy Reynolds punched it through, mate. You're right there.
Very observant. Mark Spider Brady, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all I can see.
Does not miss a beat. Well, it helps when you've got a monitor to your right now, thanks to our great friends here at Music Workshop. But until then, it's Reynolds, just with that chip kick. Gets it towards the pocket there. Now, for those wondering when the siren's going to go, it's actually right this second. So Spider
30
scores
minutes
and goal kickers.
30 minutes first quarter, thanks to Morris Finance. 6-2, Corio 38, leading North Geelong, who are 3-1-19. Goal kickers, Herschel Carr has 3. For Corio, Hayden Burns 1, Toby Bennett 1, and BJ O'Toole 1. And for North Geelong, Jackson Jewell and Cooper Vaughan have Jackson Mallet have their 3 goals. You're listening. Now we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and get Bagger's thoughts on the first quarter. And you're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Back one over. What an absolute frenetic and cracking first quarter of football we have witnessed. Corio 6-2 leading North Geelong 3-1. Tigger scores from around the ground, then we'll get some feedback from Bagger on his thoughts of the first quarter.
So over at the Quest Infrastructure Over, Balpaz Till 2 behinds trailing Thompson 7-4 46. So the 2008 grand final replay there. The big one, East Geelong 3-2 20, 1 point lead over Belmont. 3-1 19. Over at Moreton Power Oval, the reigning premier Inverleigh Hawk 3-4 22 trailing Werribee Central's 4-3 27, so a tight one there. We don't have the Bannockburn scores, but Anarchy 1-4 10 trailing Winchelsea 2-6, and of course scores here, Spider up
6-2 38 to 3-1 19. Bagger.
Great quarter of footy, gentlemen. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be, to be honest. Really contested through the midfield. Look, Matty James pivotal in there for Corio, but North Geelong got some promise when they're coming out of the defensive 50 and they choose to change lanes, use the fat side of the ground. Their forwards push over really well. They've got a good spread forward of the footy, and they get connection, but they're just not doing it enough because of Corio's pressure through the midfield and their back or their forward six. So a lot to improve on there for North Geelong, but it's not. Yeah, it's not out of the means of possibility that they can turn this game around.
So, Bagger, I've got a quirky stat for you. This is the first broadcast game of a Corio team without Joel Bennett in it since round 2 2018. And for those historians, you'll remember that was the Lightning round where half our games were called off because of the Lightning.
Right. I was at Belpo still that day. What a terrible decision.
Well, that was a draw against Geelong West.
The Lightning was over in the morning at the Peninsula, mate. That's how far away it was.
You're on the side of caution, gentlemen.
Nonetheless. You can't have
people getting struck by lightning.
We played in hail, Bagger.
Oh, we did.
The reason I bring this up is you think going into this match they might be in a bit of trouble without Joel. Of course, they've only got the 2 wins to their name this season and that draw against Inverleigh, but I tell you what, everyone has contributed for Corio so far. We've seen an O'Toole kick a goal. We've seen the other Bennett kick a goal. Yep. It really is a past players' day because all the famous names have stepped up when they've needed to in this opening quarter.
Alex Tagani cannot hide the delight in his voice with the Blues win over the Cats last night. Leo Rankin, you're a champion.
Well, I guess on that stat, Tig, there comes a time where the rest of the Corio playing list have to lift.
Step up.
They've got to lift, and it shows in this first quarter that they can do that.
All right, so back in the middle now. We have Pask versus Green. Green wins it down, and a second attempt taps it even further forward. Matty James will see him run to it first, and he does. Wrapped up in a tackle, good tackle, but gets a handball out, does really well. Ball kept alive by Kefai, comes back to Jack Hall. Hall throws it on the boot in the car direction. BJ stays down, but so does Kyle O'Toole, and I tell you
Look at that.
That's a great
Look at that.
26 seconds into the quarter, and Corio have their 7th. They are 7-2, leading North Geelong, who are still on 3-1. Kyle O'Toole gets his first for the game, and the second for the O'Toole family on this past Players' Day. There's about 30 of them over there. Interestingly, lads, we've ticked over 45 seconds of Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. Jack Green went to the wrong side before that. One of the players at Tully, they were kicking that way, mate, so you go to the other end. So like most fast bowlers, Ruckman aren't that clever.
Oh, it's under nines type of stuff, isn't it?
Well, you coach one of those sides, mate.
Absolutely. South Bowen boys, they're going really well. They're all listening today too.
Oh, beautiful.
So let's see how they go. Green taking on Pasquale in the middle. Guess who? Matty James, first Corio player after it, but it's North Geelong winning that centre clearance. Going after it's Cotter there. He's just kicked it up towards the direction of his teammate in Bartolo, but wasn't quite first to the footy there. Now it's Kenyon. Kenyon.
Nice kick.
Great kick, Kenno.
Did he kick it towards, is that Bennett? No, sorry, that was Hayden Birds, one of our goal kickers, the long sleeve. Tried to kick it towards James, but it's just gone a fraction too far, and now this will be another disposal for North Geelong's Rory Desnoy.
It's definitely a reason why they've got Kenno playing at half back. His ball use is fantastic. He's always been a really good user of the footy.
He has. So Desnoy now looking to go long down the line, does so, hitting the Blake Miller direction, doesn't quite get that far, standing in front, taking a fantastic grab is Jelenic. So, now it's Kenyon again, and there's just speaking him up, he does that with the ball, mate. So Keno takes a fantastic grab, does that with it, lets you down. Picked up there by Charlie Smith, feeds the ball out, quick handball, a quick kick out. Blake Miller makes great position, in front, takes the mark. Quickly chips it over the top. Nice looking kick there. And the mark has been taken by John Fazio. He swings around really, really quickly on the right foot. Puts it into the hot spot. Picked up there. Wrapped up in the tackle. I reckon he might be in trouble here, and he is. So
It's that tackle pressure again.
Yeah, it is, and let the tackle go, boys, because you've got the free kick. Don't turn it over 35 out from your own goal. And that's Matty Jelenic is having a few words there with Jackson Jewell. So Jack Hall with a great tackle now with the free kick for Corio. Drives it long out to the far side of the ground. Ball comes down from Pascal, running through there, couldn't quite take it with him. Now coming back here towards Swenison. He has the ball now. It's an umpire said that's a throw. Could be the square up. Yeah, I'd leave the ball too. Let someone else go and get it.
Absolutely.
So Cotter now gets the ball, chips it back into Burns. Burns with the free kick right in the centre here at the Devils Playground, all in one oval. 3 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter, chips it out wide. Nice looking kick. So making space is Noah Bartolo. He swings on quickly there. That's a fantastic kick in, isn't it? Finds Green. So Jack Green, the big ruckman, will be kicking from on 50. This will test him. You want to move it quick if you're not going to confidence make the distance here, bag. You want to move it quick and give Cara a one-out chance. But now North Geelong will swamp the back line.
Yeah, they've got numbers back
I
now.
tell you what, Jack Hall should be leading from where he is. I would have thought. No one around him. But anyway, Green goes long towards the square. Not going to get there. Miller just went to punch it through, missed it completely, picked up off the ground, rushed through for a minor score. So 7-3 now to the Corio side, leading Geelong West 3-1. North Geelong 3-1.
Well, Fisher's kick that was intercepted by Toby Bennett.
He's a big chance from here.
It's not often we call him a multiple goal kicker, but he's already got one to his name. And maybe every chance to join his brother as a senior club best and fairest if he can continue the form he's currently displayed in the last month. Of course, if you are joining us, it's Corio, 10th on the ladder, playing host to North Geelong, who are 7th. But Corio have just been all over the ball the last 10 to 15 minutes to play as he curls around the two defenders on the mark. Wow. He's going to kick it towards Kyle O'Toole and Hall. And Kyle almost took the mark there. He's kicked the opening goal for Corio in this second term. Few chasing after that. BJ, his brother, couldn't keep his feet. Now it's Cotter. Got the handball back towards his teammate and Hayden Burns. Couldn't quite pick it up. There's a few backpedalers. Matty James tries to take on half the North Geelong side and we'll have a ball up about 55 out from goal.
Still
to the left
away.
of your screen. So it's back in the middle now, or back in the congestion now. Neva Ruckman could quite get onto it. Zach Schwenison got the handball out. North Geelong out of trouble. Damien Fazio tried to take one. Just got the handball away. Now it's a one-on-one there. North Geelong's Cooper Vaughan trying his best to get the footy. Ooh. And the umpires paid it towards Corio. The kick towards Burns. Finds James. He has to wheel around two. He's done that. Will he kick across? No, he's going to stab it straight towards Herschel Carr. Will it bounce all the way through? This could be the goal of the year. Matty James.
Wow.
Take a bow, son. The 2018 Whitley medalist with one of the most memorable goals on Corio's past Players' Day. And the Devils, they've scored 50 points before half-time. Unbelievable.
What do you mean, mate? We've gone 5.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Unbelievable, Spider. How good is this?
What a goal.
That was a special individual effort there. Corio just outnumbering North at the contest, which just allows them to get the footy forward.
It has, hasn't it, mate? It really has. So back in the Galoop hot. So Pask versus Green. Green gets up early, wins a tap down. Swenison could have been the first to the ball. Couldn't quite get it, but Keeley drives Corio forward again. In front, great tackle there. Ball brought to ground. He's paid a sling tackle. Now, that's not a sling tackle. Both players went forward. But anyway, Reynolds now for North Geelong has the ball. Has a chance to come wide out here looking for Vaughan. Vaughan does well, takes the mark.
I think it's Jack Green a bit ginger behind play.
Is he?
Yeah, he's actually...
Well, that's him there on the mark now. So, ball, Zach Swenison, he chips the ball into Damien Fazio now, who confirmed is wearing 35. So he chips the ball back in. It's just got there to Brockenshire. Brockenshire goes out wider again. This is good. They've opened it up here.
Over to 21.
Running over there towards McDonald. Great run by McDonald. He's got time to steady now. Corio pushing numbers back behind the ball. So McDonald for North Geelong drives it in, goes short, not a bad kick, brought to ground there. Right in front of the pass players, you can hear the noise. Desnoy gets a quick handball away. Underground handball this time. North Geelong pushing forward in spurts, but again, gang tackle here. Ball comes to ground, we'll have a ball up. Just inside the North Geelong 50, right in front of the pass players. And that is a magnificent side over there, Tick.
So Jackson Jewell just coming on the ground for his skipper, Zach Schwenison. But North Geelong, they need answers up forward. Mitch Habib throwing himself at the footy, but Nathan Kenyon was first to the ball there. We'll have another throw in there. Throw another stat towards you guys and tell me your thoughts. Joel Bennett has never lost a past Players' Day as coach.
Wow.
And he's on track now, the way he's going.
Geelong drives the ball back out here. Never won one, you mean, don't you? So the ball comes to Toby
No,
Bennett.
he's never lost one.
So Bennett goes along. Well, he said he's on track today, but he's not on track. They're in front. Anyway,
Well, he's on track to another win spot.
Okay, right out. So the ball comes out to Fazio. John Fazio now turns around. Nice little short kick in here. Two on the mark. Don't want to do that. We've seen that happen to Werribee a couple of weeks ago, Tig. Chip over the top here looking for... took his eyes to the ball. Blake Miller called out and has taken a fantastic grab right in front of the commentary box here. Blake Ash mans the mark. Completely outsized there, Bagger. It was Ash.
Yeah, he wasn't going to influence that, I don't think.
So Miller goes long, looking for Mallet. Mallet puts the hands up. Does well. Rose his own kick. Back in there. Taylor's in the hot spot. Gets a quick handball away. Ooh. Puts his teammate Horsham under all sorts of pressure. They're the ones you just throw on the boot, aren't they, Bagger? Get it outside 50?
Yeah, just get that out of the zone, mate. That's what you need to do. But Jackson Mallet looks the most lively for North. He's had a cracking first half so far.
He has been very, very good, but I won't tell him that. Anyway, the ball is currently with Cooper Pask here for North Geelong, who is their resting ruckman. So Pask coming in from about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. It's not a great kick off the boot. Ball hits the goal square, kicked off the ground. Ooh. I'm not exactly sure who by. You watch that replay and see if you can get that for me, Tyler, please. I don't know who's kicked that. It was a great, fantastic roving number 9, Jackson Jules. So Jackson Jules has his second now. We've gone 9 minutes. Bucky's Entertainment, second quarter.
Well, Peter Riccardi was saying this week he's proud of this lineup, that they can match the top teams. They beat Thompson by a point. They got within a kick of Inverleigh last week. But then he comes up against a Corio and he just has that feeling. He said it on Tuesday, and this is what's happening. Thankfully, just as Corio is always about to get that third goal in the row, they just snap one back, which is good.
Yeah, they lack that little bit of consistency, don't they? That'll be frustrating for Peter Riccardi.
So Miller wins that one down, only as far as that man James again, who just does what he likes. He said, Bagger, that's an interesting bounce.
It's like watching basketball.
He's gone in short of Taylor. Taylor has just gone the mongrel punt into the forward line. Ball gets over the back here. BJ O'Toole taps it over to no one in particular because the ball live. Swinnerson now with the ball. Running it out of defence. Not a great kick. Put his team under all sorts of pressure. So Stacks on the mill down there. Picked up by Swinnerson again. Gets in to help. Umpire's going to come in and ball the ball up about 35, 40 metres out from the Corio goal.
Sometimes that chaos ball into your forward 50, is the way to go. Puts a bit of doubt in the defender's mind as to where it's going to go. It's
not good. Burns kicks the ball off, but Sam Reynolds takes the mark. It's not good for a forward, mate. Break your fingers. Chips it out here. That's a great kick too. Found Charlie McDonald, who's giving North Geelong a bit in this quarter. He takes the mark in front of Kyle O'Toole. So McDonald coming long down the line here. Toby Bennett does well. Taps the ball towards the boundary line. Goes and gets his own ball himself. Drives it back in. I'll tell you what, it's come off very, very well.
Great second effort from Toby Bennett there.
It was, wasn't it, mate?
Really terrific.
Defenders are trained to punch it over the boundary, but he sort of tapped it down now, and a couple of blokes around him and opened up for himself, didn't he?
Yeah, he did some great work.
So 11 minutes in here. Kyle O'Toole already has one for the quarter. He's going to back himself kicking from, I'd reckon, right on the 50 tick.
Well, this is
I can't see it.
Definitely his range, but accuracy-wise, how do you like it, Spider?
Wasn't touched on the line. This is what we're going to look at.
Not a chance.
No, it wasn't. Kyle O'Toole has dropped Corio's 9th through from outside, just on outside 50. They are 9-3 leading North Geelong, who are 4-1. 11.5, Bucky's Entertainment, second quarter.
And six goal kickers for Corio, just as Cole comes off now. Taking his place is Noah Bartolo. But that hug between him and Toby Bennett, I think that just sums up two kids that grew up at this ground. They watched the old men play, and now they're doing it themselves.
And the old man in front of us playing too.
Well, he's still got it. Mr. Neville Whitley himself, onward for another 3 votes today, the way he's going.
The ball in the air now. Taylor and Miller. Ball, both get a touch to it. Ball falls to ground. Burns dives on top of it. Umpire says, I'll have it. Not going anywhere. I think Matty James is well in the long stops today. He's the only one who seems to be holding his feet out there. Smart. He's smart, man. Ball in the air again. Taylor and Miller. Miller wins that one and was Desnoy, but ends up getting the ball himself. Goes through on the boot. Quick kick forward by Habib. Very, very wide out here. Toby Bennett uses his strength, pushes it out. as the option goes over to Ash. Ash on the left foot,
Ooh.
kicks it straight over the commentary box into the Shell Club car park. And North Geelong through Zach Swinnison will have the free kick, I think.
We nearly got a stat then. That's almost come straight through the front window.
Yeah, it has. It's probably landed the back of the Molly Ute, mate. I'll take that home. Oh, here we go. That's a great throw. Oh, look at this. So, Charlie Smith with the ball now. He's on, come on, so he's got to be play on. He does just that. Drives down looking for Blake Miller. It's a nice kick to space. Well done by Taylor. Brought the ball to ground. Fighting at the back there. Jelenic picks it up. Gets a handball out now. Ball's rushed out over the boundary line. And we will have a boundary line throw in front of where the old pigeon shed used to be here at Corio.
So 13 minutes into this Buckley Entertainment Centre second quarter.
I'm on your way, Tig.
No, that's all right. You do have a monitor you can look to at the right, but nonetheless, the ball is cleared out of Corio's backline. Herschel Carr's even amongst the action, but it's BJ O'Toole. He had a great game. The clearing kick there by Jelenic. Kicks it to no man's land. The nearest Corio player there is Destin Burns, but he's going to put lots of pressure on Beecroft. Just got the handball away to Luke Schwennison. His kick finds Dalziel. So good work there by Beecroft in his 100th game for North Geelong. This kick, though, goes to 3 Corio players. One of them's BJ O'Toole, probably having the best game of his 2024 season. He's launched it forward, finds an unmanned man at half forward there. So turning around with the footy there was K-Fi. His kick bounces straight towards Cooper Vaughan, and he'll try and clear it out for North Geelong.
So through the hands here, coming through is Cotter for Corio. Picked that, wrapped that in a great tackle there by Fazio. So we'll have a ball up some 60 metres out from the Corio goal. 9-3 Corio leading North Geelong 4-1. We've gone 14 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter. Taylor wins that one down convincingly. Seems the only one to fly for it. Coming through was Dixon. Taken a bit high. No, high fend off the umpire set. So North Geelong now with the relieving free kick coming out of defence. Quick kick forward, nice looking kick too. Goal goes over, sort of through the hands, picked up, looking, no free kick there. Umpire said let it go, might pin him if it's holding the ball, I reckon. No, said it's mine. A bit scrappy there. Doyle did well to lock that in. So the ball in the air now, Taylor does really well, just punches it forward for Corio. Seems moving it forward, that's the way they want to play this game. Bag, just keep moving it forward, running numbers, mate.
Exactly, this rush forward.
It's almost like the rugby scrum, isn't it? So the ball in the air again now. Pask versus Taylor. Taylor wins that one down. Quick handball, quick kick forward there by Hall into space. Clever picked up there by Burns. Burns has a flying shot at goal. And I'll tell you what.
It's over. There you go.
That has bounced on the line and gone straight up in the air. But in the end, Hayden Burns has his second, has the 10th for Corio. Corio 10-3-63, leading North Geelong 4-1-25, 15 and a half. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
So you see what's happened here, Spider. Peter Riccardi at quarter time, he's put Paddy Cleary on Herschel Carr.
Yep.
And that's made no difference because Corio have just found goal kickers left, right and centre.
Well, Carr seems to be leading up the ground further.
Well, I think Paddy Cleary's former North Shore teammate, he's just tried his hardest to keep him away from that centre square. He's still starting deep forward, but like I said, they've got so many avenues to goal, it doesn't matter at this point.
So ball back in the middle now. Diving on top, quick handball out there. Didn't really go anywhere in the end. Wrapped up the tackle by Pask. We'll have a ball up right in the glue pot again.
Just on that, Tig, North Geelong's midfield is so disorganised, they don't even know where their men with their direct opponent.
Well, I think the umpire doesn't even know how high to
straight
throw
out in
it.
front of him. There we go. That's a better one. Taylor wins that one down. Done well. Looking for Burns. Burns couldn't get it. Quick kick out here. Ball forward for North Geelong. Grabs hold of it. There was Doyle. Doyle's done well, wrapped up. He's gone around to 7:20. The umpire says he had no prior, which was the correct call. And fantastic tackle there by Noah Billy, who's been reasonably good for North today. So ball in the air. We'll see Pask versus Taylor. Pask wins that one down well, only as far as Cotter for Corio. He handballs out in front. Guess who? Matty James, who's got runners left, runners right. He goes out wide looking for Bartolo. Noah takes a great mark and takes off with it now. Drives the ball long. Another fantastic kick. So we've got to steady up. Coming into hot spot. Look at that for a kick. Players everywhere. Oh, no. Horson's dropped what he should have taken or left. Should have left it for Carr either way. No talk. Ball comes back out. Doyle does really well. Drives it forward, but it's chopped off there deep in defence for North Geelong. So to steady up now.
Magpies. Just going to do that chip towards Paddy Cleary. As I mentioned, he's done a good job on card this quarter. For Corio, good news is their main ruckman, Jack Green's back on the ground. Bagger, we were concerned about him a few moments ago, so there's the mark taken on that occasion by Cooper Vaughan, been impressed by him. Now, the kick down the wing, it was heading towards the mallet direction, but chopped off there, and we'll have a... Well, no, sorry, it went over the full.
Yeah, it adds to the pressure. If you're not getting out of your back half clean, you're turning the footy over, and it just comes straight back. It's a tough gig, being a back six and just having relentless footy coming on you.
Oh, sucks.
Backman spied.
So Brockenshire's got the tag on James, but all eyes are on the ball, which is marked right now by Cooper Pasquale on the defensive arc for North Geelong. So North Geelong, they've got a few goals on the board, but they'll need a few more before the main break, as we're at the 18-minute mark of the Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter.
So ball driven in along towards the attacking zone for North Geelong. Road for the pack, quick handball at the back. Jelenics got space on his own. That's Matt. Matt throws it on the boot, just into the danger spot. Could be a 3-on-1 here, but Swenderson did well, but wrapped up in a beautiful tackle there by Jacob Clyden. Not going anywhere. He said it could have been a bit dangerous there, Bagger, but the players, he said the pressure they've put on.
Yeah, exactly.
Just come from anywhere, didn't they?
Yeah, that was, Croydon was out. Oh, sorry, the tackle from Croydon was fantastic.
Yeah, so ball in there. Pass done really well to use his body to protect the space, then tried to hack that one out of mid-air. Couldn't get away with it. Ball not dragged in. I think there's a bit affecting your kicks here too, Bagger. That stuff in the middle of the old blackjack gets a bit sticky, so you get it on your hands on your ball, mate. You're not going to drop it as well as you should.
No, that's correct.
So ball in the air again. Pass done really well, but Green used his height to reach over the top. Well done there by Keeley. Really well done by Keeley. Drives Corio forward again, looking for Burns. Puts the hands up. Falls to the back to Kefai. Kefai drives it long. Races on him. I don't know. He won't need him, will he?
Unbelievable.
That's hit the post. Oh, Dylan Kefai nearly set the stadium alive here. But anyway, 10-4 to 4-1. Ball brought back in quickly, finds Swenderson. Swenderson can over top to Dalziel. Dalziel now, 60 metres out from his own defensive line. Chips ball back cross to Swenderson. Had to be good. There's the closing speed there by Destin Burns was really impressive. So he's going to come out wide in front, looking for Fazio. In front there was O'Toole. McMillan ends up with the ball at the back of the pack there. Drives North Geelong long, looking for Mallet. Oh, what a fantastic grab. It's well done there by Pask. Pask turns around, drives in, looking for Habib. Habib, a little nudge there, done really well. Get a free kick for holding the man, I think.
Yeah, that was there.
And has. And the boys out there just exchanging phone numbers and looking at dinner options for the night, Bagger.
Yeah. I think Squire's Loft might be on the card for him.
Well, no, you can go to the Hotham.
Yeah, go.
Now, hang on. The umpire's just directing instruction to the North Geelong coaching bench. Do not be a smart Alec, is the words to an assistant coach.
Be Rory Priddle, no doubt.
You don't want this to be a card. I'm sure our outside mics are working. I'm just trying to help those that are...
Anyway, Mitch Habib. North Geelong very scant forward 50 opportunities this quarter. So Mitchie pressure on to kick this one from just inside 50. Coming in now. Looks nice off the boot. Just fading across to the left. Ball punched forward instead of back. So Desnoy first to it. Looks for it. Picks it up. Overrun it. Handball comes out wide there. Lands in the hands of... I think that was...
high.
I think it was high in the end, wasn't it? Can't quite see who ended up with it. That's I think that's McDonald again, isn't it, out there?
That was a chopping right arm to the side of the head.
It was an absolute, yeah. Probably didn't have the ball either. So anyway, chance now to kick the fifth for North Geelong. Very deliberate on that left foot. It's not a bad kick, Push right across and rush through for a minor score. So that takes North Geelong on to 4-2, trailing Corio, who are 10-4. We've gone 22 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment. Second quarter here at All-in-One Oval.
So Matty James just told 3 of his teammates, don't worry, boys, I need another touch. So I'll just walk out of the back square and just hit up my acting captain in Toby Bennett. So Bennett looks up. He was looking very tense on that bench. Ball makes its way back to Cotter. Now a chip kick. There was lots of pressure there, but the mark was taken. I want to say that was Burns. So let's take a look at who he elects to go towards now. There's a few under it from both sides.
Oh,
In
what
fact,
a grab.
that was a great grab there by
Not paid.
Green.
Wasn't paid.
They didn't pay it. The Rover gets the handball out. Now it's launched forward. The only player near it is a North Geelong player by the name of Thomas Chook Schwennerson, but even the ball wants to bounce in Corio's favour. Chook's kick just goes towards his brother.
What a grab.
Look at that.
That's courageous going back.
Oh, not knowing what's coming back.
Nah. No, not my cup of tea, that spot, that's for sure.
No, that's Dixon who did that. Took that mark.
Beautiful mark.
He hasn't gone too bad. Like I said in the pre-game, boys, Joel Bennett said, look, I'm out of this starting midfield. Logan, this is your role now, and with bravery like that, it's Joel Bennett-like.
So ball back in the forward line here for North Geelong, for Corio. North Geelong to run it out through Swennerson. Throws on the left boot. That's a nice looking kick. Gets out there, and the mark has been taken. So time to set up again and bag. This has been the trouble. This kick now is the one that's causing the biggest concern. So
Yeah, they need some
and
connection.
look again.
Hand it over.
So Josh Jelenic Matt Jelenic just slides across and takes the easiest of uncontested marks. Drives the ball back in long, but Swennerson does really well, flying across in front of two Corio blokes, and he's going to be very slow to get up by the look of it. I don't think there's much in it. They were all going for the ball.
Yeah, there didn't look any malice in that.
Well, no one's really remonstrated, and he's got two of his brothers out there, and they really haven't said much, so maybe they were hoping for it. No,
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, he's up and about, which is good. I'm just taking the wind out of him by the look of it, just sucking in the deep breaths. So Swennerson now goes long and wide looking for Miller. Miller flies at the back, gets hands to it, but can't complete the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. Half forward line here for Corio. We have gone 24 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. The home side with a comfortable 38-point lead at the moment.
Not bad. They were leading by 19 at the first break, so they're just adding and adding and adding as Green just bops up, but he might have given
Free
away
kick
a
on
free
play.
kick.
Yeah, down the ground.
Oh, okay. And is that going against North Geelong?
Well, that's where they're
Yep.
headed. So
Look at that.
Yeah, so North Geelong player slung
Horsham.
Yeah,
This is the ball.
Horsham to the ground. Umpire saw it, and free kick was awarded.
So Horsham, there's already 6 goal kickers on Corio's list. Can he be number 7 before the main break?
We've already got 7 by me, mate.
Well, then 8.
I'm not
I
even
can see
counting.
why Grubby loves working with you, Spider. Horsham on the goal kicking end. Let's see how it goes. It's just to the right. So a minus score, and that brings the margin to Spider.
Well, 37 points, mate. It was
37.
38
Very
before the
good.
kick.
He's all over it.
I've got to say that to me, that's the first minor score for Corio kicked. The rest have been rushed. So anyway,
Right.
so the ball to come back in. Cleary does a great job. Just kicks it out wide. Finds Swennerson. So Swennerson deep in his back pocket here. Looking at options, very stagnant up the ground.
There
So he
is
looks to come
absolutely-
across and goes the other way. Keeley does really well to close the space down and force him to kick it long down the line towards Desnoy. But over the back, Toby Bennett takes the mark.
There's no forward movement
No.
for North Geelong, like forward of the footy. Everyone's
No.
just standing around.
So Bennett has gone really long down the line at the back. Couldn't quite grab it. Swennerson picks the ball up now. Tries to run it out. Does so. Nice little kick there to Smith. Smith now looking down the line. He's got players in space here, but Ash comes across. Does really well. Brings it to ground. Also, it was Clyde and did that. Done really well. No, I was right the first time. Go long down to Miller. Miller's got Jelenic with him. Done really well there, Josh Jelenic. Kenyon comes along to give him a hand. Puts the skates on and falls over. There's a free kick over the other side there. Blake Miller not happy with the attention he's copping. So Kenyon will be the recipient of the free kick. But I think it was actually paid to Matty Jelenic. So ball chipped across, finds James. James goes further out to Toby Bennett. Corio staying focused on what they're trying to do here. Drives the ball out long and wide. Bit of pressure there. Kyle O'Toole flies. Gets to his feet really quick, kicks it off the ground. That was smothered. So North Geelong in with a big chance here. Quick kick in, finds Desnoy. Desnoy in front of the past players here, all in one oval. Looking at his options further down the ground. Had a couple moving for him, ends up falling in the hands of Clyde and couldn't quite take the mark. Doyle done really well there. Gets the handball out. Goes to James. Just shepherd for him. Didn't. But anyway, he's good enough to get that back to Ash. Ash then goes through, gets the ball again. Doyle wins it. That doesn't matter. 27 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment. Second quarter all over. 10-5 Corio 65. Leading North Geelong, who are 4-2-26. Goal kickers. Herschel Carr still with 3. Hayden Burns 2. Kyle O'Toole 2, Dylan Kefai, BJ O'Toole, Toby Bennett and Matty James have singles for Corio, while for North Geelong, Jackson Jewell has 2, Cooper Vaughan has 1, Jackson Mellett has 1. We're going to take a short break here. We're back to wrap up the first half and talk about what's coming in the second half. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local footy. doing his fingers off. Bagger's done a run on somewhere. Alex is over there trying to get a kick, I think. Anyway, what we've seen so far has been absolutely amazing. Amazing first half of football by the home side, Corio here, who lead North Geelong 10-5-65 to North Geelong 4-2-26. Around the grounds, we currently have hopefully the halftime scores from other games. So just waiting for those to load. We have Geelong West Giants 6-5-41 leading Bannockburn, who are 4-5-29. We have Thompson, who are 9-6-60 leading a very inaccurate Bellpost Tool, who are 3-10-28. East Geelong and the other big blockbuster today, 9-5-59 leading Belmont, who are 5-2-32. Werribee 10-6-66 leading Inverleigh 7-4-46. And Winchelsea 4-8-32 leading Anarchy, who are 1-5-11. So some interesting scores from around the grounds there in the other games in the GDFNL today. Over to the GFL, it's Bell Park 56, Lara 17, Colac Tigers 100 leading St Albans 13, Newtown 44 leading Grovey 41, St Mary's 95 leading North Shore 13, Leopold 47 leading South Barham 14, and of course tomorrow Geelong West and St Joey's play at West. And into the Ballerine, we have scores there. We have Drysdale 46 leading, Anglesey 46 leading Drysdale 29. Barwonheads 51 leading Newcombe 23. Torquay 41 leading Ocean Grove 16. Amino's 53 leading Port 33. Mottawarri 8-2-50 leading Queenscliff 7-6-48. So that is the games from around the local region. The Tardy crew who have... Bag has been here one day and he's already been led astray by Alex Tagani. So,
geez, I really have spied.
Well, it's our last day on the job, so what are you going to do?
Might be. Rico's got a sore throat, have you? Yeah, a bit of a spray, Rico. I've heard a couple of your sprays, mate. It's not a lot of it's in English either. So Peter Riccardi's just come on and said he's given the boys a bit of a spray at half time. So he probably would too. He wouldn't be impressed with the way they're played. I mean, listen to the great interviews by Alex Tagani all week. And they're very proud of the way they've gone. Anyway, third quarter here about to get underway. Thanks to the Grandy Cycle and Sport. In the middle, it's Pax versus Green. Green wins that one down towards Hall. Hall's wrapped up in a tackle immediately. The umpires say it's going nowhere. So we'll have a ball up here. Matty James is the last man off the pack, which is not unusual. So Green just reaches over the top. Quick kick forward there by North Geelong. Clean bowls, everyone. Punched forward again. It's well done by Doyle, who's still fighting for it. Wrapped up now in a tackle. Umpire says no. We're going nowhere again, so I'll have it. So just forward of the centre circle here, away from the sloth pit out in the middle there. So Green and pass. Green just pushes him out of the way. Taps the ball down to Keeley. Keeley tries to break through. The ball spills free. Over the top. Picked up there by Vaughan. Vaughan does really well, swings it out wide, out in front of McDonald. He overruns it, coming the eyes, Blake Ash, who just sockers the ball off the ground towards the boundary line, the far side of the ground. We'll have a boundary line throw in. Bagger, thoughts? First half, mate, quickly?
Looking for a big improvement from North Geelong in the second half here. They failed to move the footy in any sort of smooth manner, transitioning from the back half to the forward. So big effort for them this quarter, try and get back in the game.
Well, we're back in now, so we've gone past the 26-second mark, which was the goal of the first two quarters. Free kick here to Noah Billy. I think Noah Billy's been very, very good today, so he drives North Geelong into attack. Great-looking kick down the line. Ball comes over the back, overrun by Bennett, but picked up with support there and has been dropping the ball. So, plays on straight away. The umpire's called him back because he's blown time off, and I tell you what, unfortunately no advantage there. So, Jackson Jewell, who already has 2 for the day, will have to go back and do it all again.
This might be the kick that gets them back into it, or at least fired up to get to the fight.
Well, 39 points down at half-time, Bagger. We've seen it happen before, mate.
Absolutely. It's doable.
Well, just ask North Melbourne.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Drive-bys, mate, drive-bys. We shouldn't say that in Corio, should we?
They're probably not.
Oh, he's gone short. That's a great-looking kick to Mallet, who drops what he should have taken. Wrapped up in the tackle immediately. Ball hits the deck.
That is the sort of stuff that's letting them down all day.
That's a coach killer, isn't it?
Oh, jeez, I'd be frustrated with that.
That
If
is
I
a
was
coach
Rico.
killer.
So now we'll have a ball up. Corio's defensive arc. North Geelong, this is their opportunity to just pick up the ball and kick it towards the big sticks, because Bagger, at this point in the game, what else are you going to do to get back into it?
Got a free kick, so
that was. I'd love a replay on that if I may, but that was Tiki Touchwood, I feel.
So Cooper Vaughan.
No, he paid a sling tackle to Jeff Bruff there.
The opening goal kicker of the match, and it was on this end as well, Spider, so
it was.
Fancy his chances here.
Well, the last one was from the goal square, mate, so he's a bit further out this time.
It's still the same end. Still the same end.
He's been good so far as well, mate.
I'd say you would not do well as a used car salesman. Nonetheless, same end. Let's see how he goes. Cooper Vaughan, the North Geelong Magpie. Could this be the start of the comeback?
Well, the players
The visitors think so. And here they come. So North Geelong now 5 goals to 32, trailing Corio 10-5-65. And we are 3.5 minutes into the De Grande Cycling Sport third quarter.
Bit of Sandra Sully with the late news there, Bagger. Desperately needed that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, I guess there's one thing to get yourself in the opportunity, and there's another thing to actually put it through. So, showed good composure there to get that done. Hopefully it sparks the North Geelong side.
So, Green and Pask do battle again in the centre. Ball in the air now. Green coming through the slog, does really well, taps it down towards Keeley, but Pask done even better. Mitch Habib now in the middle now, drives them forward here, out in front of Cotter. Cotter brought the ball to ground. Fazio did well. Handballs over to Zach Swinnison. Touched off the boot there, running towards Mallet and Bennett. Bounces over their heads. Picked up there by Ash. No, not picked up. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Didn't have the ball, but the ball falls back to Toby Bennett now for Corio. He chips it in short, looking for and finding James. So Matty James will look to move it quickly as he has done. He spears one across to Kenyon, puts him under a bit of pressure, but Nathan Kenyon does really well. Handballs the ball across to Burns. Burns goes back to Cotter. Cotter has Clyden out here. Really good use of the footy there by Corio. So Jacob Clyden now swings on that left foot. That's a nice looking kick to Green. Green does well. Good talk there from BJ O'Toole. So Green now, that very awkward kicking style, drives it in. Nearly found Kefai, but couldn't quite do so. Good pressure here by North Geelong. Ball by Corio. I went through about 7 clubs there to get to Corio. Interesting fact for you, Alex. The umpire up here, the little chrome dome, his father was a founding member of the Bellpost Hill Sporting Club, mate.
Well, that's very relevant on Corio past players' days. The Devils try and get the road. Matt James couldn't quite snap it. Now's another chance. Cotter with the handball out to his teammate and Burns. He's already kicked 2 goals, but he's kicked it to a heavily guarded North Geelong defensive goal square there, and Luke Schwennison, he'll get the kick towards his teammate and Reynolds. Bagger
marked that with his ankles.
He did. He did.
So now's their opportunity, North Geelong. If Noah Penny can get the kick away, he's kicking to a 3-on-2. Johnny Fazio was under it. Zach Schwennison's going to do everything he can to keep it in, and that's a brilliant shepherd by Blake Miller. Sacrificed his own game to keep the ball forward, and it might just bounce through for a behind.
It's rushed through, mate.
Rushed through. Well, at least it's on their end if you're a North Geelong fan.
I see North Geelong have pushed Thomas Swinnison forward. Great user of the footy. Hopefully he can get on the end of a few and...
the old Dale Carson tactic. May as well use it.
So Bennett brings the ball in, goes short to Kenyon. Kenyon just inside defensive 50 here for Corio. Look at his options. He goes short again. Misses the target badly, which is Bartolo. Wrapped up there by Corio. Ball taken out of bounds, I think. Yes, it is. And we'll have a boundary line throw in about 60 metres round from the North Geelong goal, who are doing a lot more attacking so far. 6.5 minutes gone at the Grande Cycling Sport third quarter. Here in all at one oval. Ball comes in. Pask versus Green. Green does really well to win 9 down towards Hall. But ball shark from him by Vaughan. Vaughan again has been in the play. Quick handball out there by Desnoy on the right foot. Ball has been centred and kicked. Was that Jewel again?
I don't know, Spy.
I'm just having a look.
Well, if it was, that'll be 1 goal in each quarter for him so far. And
I'm just trying to pick up whether it was. I didn't see. Couldn't see because the far side of the ground here.
And that just shows North Geelong have got the ability to put pressure on around the footy, and that was a result of that, getting a shot on goal. A great finish.
I think it was Charlie Smith actually kicked that one, mate. So we've got who it was now. Charlie Smith brings up his first of the afternoon, the 6th for North Geelong. They've got the opening 2 goals in this quarter, so desperately needed. So back in the middle now, Pask and Green. Pask probably wins that one down. It goes towards James. James trying to burst through. He's knocked down, handballed out. Ooh, could be a free kick for holding the man. I reckon a Pask there. So James thought he was free, but not to be the case.
They're starting to get in first, North.
So
why they're getting the footy.
Cooper Pask now drives long here, looking for Miller. Miller flies from 3 deep. Ball falls to Toby Bennett, throws on the right foot. Quick kick out. Oh, nasty bounce there from McDonald, but Jelenic does really well. Driving it long to be a 2-on-1, but it didn't end up that way in the end. So, that could have been a throw. The umpire's blindsided. Gives the ball over the top there to Horsham. Horsham's got no one. Looks like North are playing one loose, I reckon, Bagger. So, chips the ball across. Nice kick looking for Fisher. Fisher now takes mark. We've got...
Horsham's in trouble. He's holding his left knee. He's on the boundary, so because he's crossed the line, Spider,
they can go straight on.
Taylor's straight on in his place, but not good for Corio. Toby Bennett's limping off as well. This is what you want to hear if you're a North Geelong fan, but certainly not if you're with the home side.
So Bartolo with the ball now wrapped up. Could have been taken high and was. So Toby Bennett limping off. Brad Horsham not looking in a good way there. So Bartolo for Corio here. Son of John, who also played at Corio.
Yeah, that's a good Corio link.
Also played time against Balpo still. But anyway, so at the top, beats everyone. Does really well there was Reynolds. But Keeley ends up with the ball, wrapped up in the tackle straight away right in front of the social rooms here. So we'll have a ball up. Probably just forward to centre for Corio.
Well, Corio trainer John Groot is just with Horsham now, and he is in a world of hurt. So you won't see him for the rest of the game. You might not see him for the rest of the season even. Nonetheless, Green in the ruck there. Corio, they haven't had the ball inside their 50 too often this third term, and they won't have it for at least another 30 seconds as North Geelong clear the kick. Goes towards Mallet and Fazio. Now it's swooped there by Kenyon. The handball. I think that was Bennett. I'll have to just double check.
Bennett's over here.
Well, Desnoy has wrapped another long sleeve, and that's the second time I got Burns and Bennett mixed up because of the long sleeve.
Toby wears a short sleeve.
Is he wearing short sleeves?
Yes, he is. He's got a tattoo all down his arms.
Oh, I get the sleeves mixed up with actual sleeves. That's where I went wrong, Spider.
Easily done, T.
There you go.
Not really.
Oh, there you go, yeah. See,
Anyway,
there you go.
Free kick here by Nick play to Corio. So,
It's just the
quick handball out here, driving the forward. That's a nice looking kick to Bartolo. Bartolo marks true centre wing here at all-in-one oval. Comes in forward here, looking for
Great
Taylor. Great lead
kick.
and great mark. Great kick, you're right, Bagger. Aaron Taylor now. 55 out, handballs off to James. James dances round Reynolds and then round a second one on the left boot, but no one home. Oh, no. Ooh, that's a fantastic grab.
I
reckon that might be 50, this one. Yeah. No, I think it will be. So there's another, you know what the Corio do here, mate, for their 50s? They've got a box, and you've got to pick something out of the box. That's what you do Thursday night training. Herschel Carr trained in a dress. One of the blokes in the second has come with the rudest haircut I've ever seen in my life.
Brilliant.
Brock Savanka in the dress early in the season.
So whatever you pick out of the box, you got to do. So there's someone...
do you know what? I don't mind that from Kyle O'Toole. It puts doubt in the defender's mind.
It does. So Brockenshaw goes out wide to 2-on-1. They spoiled each other, but great tackle picked up there. But there the ball's come free again. Bartolo had it, lost it. Ball hits the deck. Good smother there. So ball has gone over the line. Just forward to centre here, North Geelong's attacking zone. So Corio chance. I reckon North might be running one short, one back behind the play, which means Corio have got to get themselves set and realise who their loose man is and who they want to be their loose man.
Well, in their last forward entry, Spider, it was Nathan Kenyon on this flank. The only problem was none of his teammates saw him.
So anyway, Penny kicks the ball forward here for North Geelong. Miller leading the race to the ball. Who'll get there first? Gets a handball back. Can't do anything with it. Takes it over the line out in front of Charlie Smith there. So we've now ticked over 11 and a half minutes. De Grande Cycle and Sport, third quarter. Toby moving freely again, Al. So might have just been a little stinger or something like that.
Well, that's good news, but we're still worried about Horsham. Miller wins that tap to Desnoy. He's danced around three Matty James style. Can he get it towards Penny? Got it to his advantage. He'll wheel around, kick it on the outside towards Habib, and the ball's gone over the line. No, sorry, that was Chuck Schwennerson there. So
Mitchie's in the middle, mate.
We'll have a throw in, and we are 12 minutes into the premiership quarter here at the All-in-One Oval, and it is, of course, the De Grande Cycle and Sport third quarter, brought to you live on 94.7 The Pulse. So Blake Miller, He'll be North Geelong's ruckman. He wants to set up an opportunity. Fazio gets the handball there to Jewel. He's kicked a few already. Can he set up one? Not if Jelenic has much to do with it. The kick goes to a 1-on-4 just about, and BJ almost got it for Corio. Now's their chance, the Devils. The kick goes towards a 2-on-2. It's O'Toole and Taylor trying to chase it against Reynolds and Schwennison of the Luke variety. And the umpire has called a free kick towards the North Geelong defender.
Yeah, Cole O'Toole just held him to the ground there and gave away that free.
So Reynolds with the ball now for North Geelong. He's stepped up his work rate this quarter so far. Comes long down the line to the commentary box. He's going to do well. I'll tell you what, that is gone out of bounds on the full. The boundary umpire in the correct spot and has called that beautifully. So Logan Dixon to take the free kick right in front of the North Geelong box here. So I'm sure that they'll be getting some advice, but he plays on quickly. Goes long, touch. That's a great effort there. Touch, play on. Pask wins the ball, comes out towards his opposition ruckman there in green. Doing very, very well to Mitch Habib. Gets the handball over to Vaughan. Vaughan probably taking eye of it. Nope, I said no, he ducked. Goes back to Mitch Habib again. He pushes the ball out wide, and the ball goes out of bounds. Right in front of Jackson Jewell and Josh Jelenic. So we'll have a boundary line throwing. 13.5 minutes gone here.
They're a bit... Corio side is showing a bit of confusion behind the footy as to who is actually their spare. They're really struggling to match that up.
I might throw that one in again, I think, young fella. That's okay, buddy. No stress at all, mate.
So, guys, the score's 65-39, but scores this quarter, it's North Geelong 13, Corio yet to score.
Yes.
So, just if you joined us here on the live stream, that just sums up the momentum of the last 12 minutes as North Geelong try and get that tackle, and they'll be rewarded with a free kick. It's not going to be a free 50-metre penalty, though.
I don't think there's a free kick. Anyway.
So Damien Fazio, he has Rory Desnoy there, ignores him, kicks it towards his Johnny Fazio. Beautiful read of the play, and as he lines up for goal, Bagger, the scores at the top of the table clash.
East Geelong 58, leading the Belmont Lions Sports Club 32.
And so East Geelong on track for a 10th consecutive win in our senior competition. But all eyes here are on Johnny Fazio, the number 31, kicking to the scoring end. Let's see how he can go here. He kicks this, he trims the margin back to 20 points. And he's done exactly that, Spider. North Geelong, they're back in the game.
They are back in the game, mate. But that was, if you watch the response from Corio, they looked at each other then, and there was sort of a few words that were said when they actually sort of just called one in and away you go.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
That's right. That's one thing when you, when the opposition gets a bit of a run on, you can't start bickering amongst yourselves. You've got to knuckle down and actually get some system. They're struggling with that at the moment.
Well, it worked for the first two quarters, didn't it, Bag? They were really good. Really good. So, Green and Pask back in the middle now. I said 15.5 minutes to Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter here, all in one oval. Ball in the air now. Pask wins that one down really, really well. Looks to follow up his own work. Tries to kick it off the ground, but he's got support there in Desnoy. But a fantastic job there by Dixon. Habib done really well. Tapped the ball over the top. Finds Fazio. Fazio comes out wide. Nice little handball there to Billy. Billy drives forward looking for Miller. Ball punched the ground. I heard a whistle, but I think it was a netball whistle. The ball's come back out and landed in the hands of Noah Billy again. Just outside 50. Smart thing. Centre on the ball. Find the back there, Toby Bennett. He's happy to punch the ball through and give a chance for North Geelong, Corio to reset. North Geelong moved to 7-4. Corio yet to score this quarter. Still stuck on 10-5. So
20 to zip this quarter.
20 to zip. 16 minutes gone.
It's a great defensive effort then from Tobes.
Well, so he's brought himself up this way. The great-looking kick finds Jelenic. So Matty Jelenic still in defence here for Corio. Taylor puts one hand up, so that's the direction he's going to go in, but it's going to fly pack here. Green comes over the back. I'll tell you what, the front there, Pask has been absolutely sensational. He's got Habib in the middle. He ignores him. Goes longer down the line. Sets it up for Toby Bennett to come over the back, and that is what happens there. So obviously a bigger body there. Flies over the top of Charlie Smith.
Well, that was Dalziel in the middle. Nonetheless, Toby Bennett launches it on the left, gets it towards Herschel Carr. Kicked 3 goals in that opening term. Haven't seen too much of him other than this defensive pressure here. And again, North Geelong through the agency there of Dalziel. Gets that kick towards Miller. Couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Umpire says we'll throw it in.
He's paid the mark.
He has paid it.
Oh, I don't think he marked it somehow.
I'm going to continue anyway. So North Geelong, they're leading this quarter 20 points to zip, but they are still trailing on the scoreboard by 20 points. A goal here would be very handy. It's a 1-on-2.
Rush through for another minor score.
And
Oh, it's on in the square.
Oh, and the post.
Yeah.
Lee Matthews style.
I was about to say the
there
same
we
thing,
go.
mate.
Snap it in half. Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
I think we'll have to keep the
Jelinek and
cameras
Jackson.
on there.
There's umpires reach for the back pocket here, so
Yeah, I think that is warranted too.
And did you see that, guys? Matty James just went to Jelinek. Just calm it down, boys. Calm it down. We need to get a score on the board before the final
who's
break.
been yellow carded?
Who's been sent?
I don't know.
North.
I'm going to say...
Jackson Jewell. Well, that's a 50, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's not a bloke you want to have off of your side. He's been one of their shining lights.
He has been really, really good. His play can't continue off the ground. I thought it was 50 after that, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Doesn't look like it is. You can't start play off the ground. And 50.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been. Oh, done, Bruffy. You've done well there.
They probably could have got that underway a bit sooner.
Well, he can't. He's got to be off the ground.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah,
Okay.
the play can't continue off the ground, mate. So
Good call.
Matty James here with the free kick. Maybe now they're 17 to 18, they might be able to get their structures back. James looking, but he's got no one moving for him. So he handballs over to Ash, puts him in all sorts of trouble. Mellett does well to try and chase him down behind, put the pressure on. Pack forms here. Oh, nearly a fantastic mark there to Swinnerson. Comes out quickly. Dalziel does really, really well. Gets the ball to McDonald. McDonald driving forward here. Jelinek leads in the race for the ball here. Does well in front of Fazio. Keep working the ball towards Fazio. The turn of speed gets past him, grabs the ball, tries to take him on, let it go. Mallett's there, done well. Goes back to Smith. Smith now gets around one. He's gone from behind, and that's a little shove out. That's a great tackle and great pressure. That's what we've seen in the first half from Corio.
Yeah, Toby Bennett, great chase down.
But the trouble is, Matty James had the ball. There's no one moving. There's no one around him. They're still expecting to, if they're expecting to play on and take three blokes on, mate.
Exactly. North Geelong got a run with Matty James, so he's going to be nullified a little bit. So they have to come to the next player in line.
That's a good grab by Green at the front there, I would have thought. No, the umpire said they both had it, so we're going to have a jump ball. Is that what the basketball term is? I don't know.
We'll ask
go with it.
Matthew James is the basketball expert, just from the finessing we've seen on display the last quarter and a half.
Yeah, Green brings the ball to ground, picked up there, wrapped up in a tackle. We're going nowhere again. We'll have the same repeated. We've got 19.5. The Greenie Cycling Sport third quarter.
So Desnoy had a much quieter second quarter, but he's found lots of the footy around the stoppages and he almost finds that one. Instead, it's his teammate with the handball, Fazio. Can he just get that handball back to Vaughan? Couldn't quite. Now it's Toby Bennett with a left foot banana towards BJ. Is it just going to stay in? No, it isn't. So we'll have a throw in front of the pass players.
Go on the banana from 140 out.
Well, the Corio back six they've resorted to that dump kick instead of trying to pick their way through it, which was really, really good for him in the first half.
So ball comes out now. James running onto it. There's your tag behind him. Also, he's got Cooper Vaughan running with him, which Cooper Vaughan's been very influential, I think, for North. So anyway, we'll have another ball in. There's a bit of a stalemate in play now, the far side of the ground. So Dale's probably glad he's not here now. Anyway, Green and Miller to do work. Nice thrown by the boundary umpire. Miller does really well, protects the space. James can't quite take it. Falls through. Here we go. It is Vaughan. Gets a handball out. Goes to Swinnerson. Swinnerson on that favourite left foot. It's a great looking kick into the hot spot. Ball comes to the ground. Picked up there by, didn't quite pick it up. In the end, it was Pask who picked it up. Throws it on the right boot. And has missed. So 7-6 to the North Geelong side now. Trailing Corio 10-5. Cooper Pask has his first score for the day. And he's been very good as well, Tig.
Very handy. I'm just going to put the question to you guys right now. 21 minutes into this crucial quarter. Are Corio going to score before the final break?
They've got to find a way, Tig. North Geelong has had all the ascendancy so far.
So Corio with the kick out now. Chasing after the footy there was Destin Burns, but he was behind the pack, and it was a beautiful mark there by Dalziel. Cleary, who I think's been one of the Pasgrave with that mark, and now it's ended up all the way there with Mallet. But I was just going to say a moment before, Cleary, not only has he done the job since quarter time on Herschel Carr, he's now actually brought himself into the game as well. We've seen him do it at St Mary's, we've seen him do it at North Shore, and his influence may have resulted in a 26-point turnaround if North Geelong can capitalise here.
So Mallet now looking for his second. Coming in now, 25 out directly in front. Looks good off the boot. And I'll tell you what, the players like it. The goal umpire did a few steps there, but it's goal number 8 now for North Geelong. They moved to 8-6. Trailing Corio, who are 10-5.
And
Grandy Cycling Sport.
And just at the bottom of the screen, we look at Nathan Kenyon coming off here. So Horsham and Kenyon off with, I don't know, how far? 8 more minutes to go in this third
6 or 8. And Kenyo's had a few knee issues over his career.
That'll allow North Geelong even more momentum going forward.
You've got to remember, they've got 17 on the ground, mate. So, this is where Corio need to lock down and, work out who are the free players and go from there, because North Geelong cannot have a loose man defence anymore. That gives Corio 2. So
back in the middle, Miller versus Green. Green with the tap there. Oh, talk about a mud pit. I think Logan Dixon, half his body went underwater there, or under the glue. Chasing after it for North Geelong was Noah Billy. He's wrapped up. We'll have a ball up.
Kefai did really well there to wrap him up.
23 minutes into this De Grande Cycling Sport third quarter. Green and Miller again. That tap, will it work towards the favour of Dixon? No, instead. So the vice-captain there in Jack Hall. No, sorry. Jack Hall. He got the handball out. Now he tries to get another possession. Just wraps himself onto the footy. And we'll have another ball up. And now we are 23 and a half minutes into the third term.
All right, so a bit of a stalemate now. I said North Geelong doing well with 17 on the ground. So ball in the air, be Miller and Green. Miller takes front position. Green does well, reaches over the top. Brockenshire had it and lost it. Goes to Vaughan, who's been very, very good for North Geelong. Fighting and scrapping for the ball. Could be in the back there, but the umpire said no, we'll let that one go. So players pick themselves up. So it'll be Miller and Green again. And Green's had the better of this duel. So up we go. Just pushing the other way. Miller does really well. Brings that one to ground. No, going absolutely a bit too high. So
here's your opportunity.
Dixon has the free kick right on centre wing here. In front of the commentary box. He has Bartolo right across the other side of the ground. Decides not to go down there. Goes in short. Kick will work all right to Burns, but he's got pressure on him. That's well done by Mitch Bibb. Forced the kick in the middle. Blake Miller coming through. He tried to take him on there. The umpire said no, he didn't. I reckon he did try and take him on, but anyway.
See, that's the type of kick that they would hit that in the first half.
They've
just gone into their shell a little bit.
They have.
They're not back in their system at all.
No, don't want to break the game open. So Pask in the ruck now. Green does really well. Punches the ball forward to Kefai. Kefai's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. Good tackle there by Noah Penny. So advance the ball about 5 or 6 metres. And we've got another one again. So ball hits the deck. James comes screaming out the ground. Carr picks it up. Went to get the handball. Pask cut that off very well. Penny's there fighting for it. Done well. Kefai kept the ball in play. I reckon that's been touched off the boot, has it? I thought it might have gone out of bounds in the full. But anyway, Brockenshire with a great tackle. Goes over as a chat to Matty James, and Matty James just laughs. So ball a bit bored in now. Just in front of the North Geelong coaches box here at All-in-One Oval. 25 and a half minutes gone, the premiership quarter here. So Green and Pask. Green goes the big thump, doesn't quite get it. James runs onto it. His leg brought down. The ball falls to Kefai. Great smother there by Penny. This is the new pressure we've seen. The pressure that Corio are putting on Bag and North Geelong are now applying,
exactly
mate.
right. Yeah.
And with 17. So
for sure.
Anyway, Rico was horse at half time, mate. You can do it with 17. Why can't you do it with 18?
Well, just bear in mind, Blake Miller's off the ground now. That's a tall target they'd want to have right before the final break. They've won the... Well, Corio's just got that tap out closer to their goal, but as you said, Spider, as we hit the 26-minute mark, who would have predicted at half-time a scoreless Corio in the first?
Exactly. It's just a complete turnaround, really. I can't believe what's happening here for Corio. They need to find a way.
Well, North Geelong just backtracking a little bit here. All the supporters around the fence are going for a free kick, and the visiting supporters would be very happy because they'll get one.
Noah Penny.
Been very good.
Been very impressed with his first 3 quarters. Noah, his kick is going to go towards the mallet direction. He's going to take on 2 Corio players there. Is that Vaughan with the handball? Finds his teammate in Charlie Smith, but he's gone over the boundary. And we're closing in.
My ball will throw it in.
Noah Penny's playing that defensive sweeper role.
Yep.
Well, he was the contest before. He's been manned up now, which is probably a wise move.
Probably is. So Green and Pask do battle here. Half forward for Corio. They've had about 1 or 2 entries this quarter, so at best. So Green does well. Taps for himself. Nearly wins the ball back. Fazio dives in over the top of it. The umpire's going to have no choice but to come in and ball it up. So Jack Green struggling to get back to his feet. Does so in the end. Reaches over the top. Wins the tap down. Habib tries to break through. Leaves it behind. Umpire said he was held without the ball. So Mitch Habib will take the free kick. He's moving the middle's probably been crucial as well.
Yeah. Look, he's just swapped over with Noah Penny for that defensive sweeper role.
Oh, great kick. Great kick. Finds Swinnerson in the middle. He handballs the ball out wide to Smith. Goes back to Swinnerson. He's got time now. Drives the ball long down the line. Come across Dord. Couldn't take the mark. Probably should have taken it. Toby Bennett's there to clean up. Swings on the left, goes down looking for Bartolo. Ball spills free, finds Swinnerson. Great intercept there by Doyle. Doyle runs away now with time and space, looking for Kyle O'Toole. 2-on-1 situation here. Monitoring that well. Ball driven back in by Habib again for Corio. Half and off Geelong. Ball over the back, 3-on-1. Jelenic wins it. Comes down here looking for James. Great kick. Matty James made the space.
So
Pulls up
James
play.
takes the mark. He's got a few tall options on this wing, although Green, he's
Oh.
come off. Beautiful mark there by Destin Burns. He's got Cotter in a pocket. Will he get there in time? It's a 2-on-1 in Corio's favour. Look at Taylor. They just screamed at him to go in the middle because of Green's injury, but Taylor on instinct just stayed in the forward line.
Didn't hear it, mate. I would have
Yeah,
thought the other way.
I think that was selective hearing, boys. Nonetheless, they need a score on the board before the break. So
It just shows what can happen when you transition the footy clean from your back half.
And here we go, Matty James. He's already kicked the goal of the day. How will he go on the other end?
I tell
Take a
you
bound,
what.
Matty James.
Wow.
Jeez.
You want a lifter? There's your lifter.
Yep.
Ask and he shall deliver. Matty
Absolutely.
James, how many goals for
He's
him?
got
This-
2 now, mate.
2 of the greatest goals we'll see
he
this
had one.
season.
He had
it's
one,
in-
and they've only kicked one this quarter, so I'm going with 2.
You're going with 2. 2 of the greatest goals this
Oh.
season, and they've both been in the same game from the same player.
29 minutes gone. The Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter. Judging the first 2 quarters, it won't be long to go. They've gone 29 or 30 and 28. They've gone the first 2. Bagger furiously working over there with his best players and what's going on. So
I'd love to see just one more North Geelong goal, just to make it really exciting.
what do you mean? What, so you're saying it's not exciting?
Well, the first half.
They've kicked.
Well, while you're doing
they've kicked
that,
4
it's
goals.
Desnoy in the middle. Left foot kick, goes to a 1-on-1 there. Penny was trailing around. Miller's back on the ground, just launches it forward. He's heard the commentary team's cry there. Fazio couldn't hold on to that one.
Well done.
Backwards handball, and Corio with a composed backline gets it towards the goal kicker and Matty James. 12's round 3. Gets the handball. He's probably going to get it back. Instead, Cotter kicks it towards his running teammate and Hayden Burns. Couldn't quite take the mark. Kicks it off the ground.
Space.
To the advantage of Noah Bartolo.
Jelenic down behind play. Sorry to interrupt, T.
Nah.
Jelenic's down behind play with an ankle injury.
Well, not what you want. You got Horsham, you've got Green, and now Jelenic out on the injury
Great
list for
kick.
Corio as
Great
Fazio
kick.
takes a beautiful mark for North Geelong. And as we are, where are we at? Time 30 minutes into this third term. I want to get just one more on the board.
So Fazio sets the ball up. Jelenic gets in front, goes to big fist. Can't quite put it away, but it is rushed through for a minor score. So another minor score to North Geelong. That takes them to 8-7. Trailing Corio, who are 11-5. So we have a 16-point ball game here, 30 and a half.
And who have we got coming off here for Corio now?
Running out of players at the moment, aren't they?
So Jelenic's still on the ground, is he, Barry?
No, he's
No,
up.
he's just come off now,
He's
mate.
come off.
Yep.
And joining on the injury front now. Oh, that's him there. Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
3 wounded Devils.
So the ball goes out wide to Taylor, who's deep in defence here. It cannot be long to go, surely. It's we had 9 goals kicked in the first quarter, only went 30 minutes. So Taylor drives the ball down long. Mallet tries to bring a ball back in, but he can't. Ball goes out of bounds. There's been an appeal for a free kick, and it's actually gone out of bounds in the full, apparently. So, right.
They're just limping to the three-quarter time break here, Corio. They need that rest.
They do need
Try
to
and
rest.
reassess.
So the ball about to be brought back in by McDonald here for North Geelong. So he drives it very, very long, players. So they're falling over. Taylor at the back. What a fantastic grab that is by Aaron Taylor. Clean, sure hands. Gets the handball away to James. James looking at options. There's that siren. So that one went 31 and a half minutes, lads. The longest quarter I've had so far. Three-quarter time. Sees Corio 11-5-71 leading North Geelong 8-7-55. Goal kickers so far. Herschel Carr still with 3. 2 to Matty James. 2 to Hayden Burns. 2 to Kyle O'Toole. 1 to Dylan Keffai, 1 to BJ O'Toole, 1 to Toby Bennett. And for North Geelong, 2 to Jackson Jewell, 2 to Cooper Vaughan, 2 to Jackson Mallet, 1 to John Fazio, and 1 to Charlie Smith. We'll take a quick break now. You'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
To wait another hour because we have a blockbuster final quarter here at All-in-One Oval. Corio Devils 11-5-71, leading North Geelong 8-7-55. But Bagger, North Geelong just won that third quarter, which we call the Premiership quarter, 29-6. So by 23 points, you must have been impressed with what you saw.
Yeah, they were really good, Tig. You know, I tell you, they just turned the tides on the Corio side by just getting first to the contest, winning the contested footy, and spreading really well, connecting up as they go. Really key contributors that quarter with Noah Penny and Patrick Cleary. Patrick Cleary in particular showing a lot of leadership behind the ball, setting them up really well, and giving them the best opportunity to connect with their forwards.
As Spider Reed joins us here, Corio, I just mentioned they lost that last quarter by 23 points, but they still have the 71-55 lead. Now, we won't see Horsham. We might not see Kenyon for the rest of the game, and there's a bit of a cloud on Green and Jellenic as well. If you're Corio, are you a bit nervous, or are you happy with what you saw for the first two quarters?
You'd be happy with what you see for the first two quarters, mate, but you'd be really bitterly disappointed with that. what they
100%.
showed. 17-18, men on the ground, and got outscored.
Yep.
I think Bag hit the nail on the head. The system's completely disappeared. It happens a lot when you when you go one player. You seem to fight hard. I mean, it does take its toll towards the end of the game when you're down to 17. So, look, I'd be expecting to come out fired up and ready to go. The breeze is out there. There's a bit of a breeze out there, but I don't really think it's favouring either end. I know Brad, the cameraman, can probably tell us. I think his hands are frozen solid out there, so it's a bit of bad luck for Brad.
Look, from a skills point of view, Spide and Tig, there's really no excuse. It is a nice afternoon for footy, and it showed in the first half. Skills were all-time high. Kicks were hitting their targets. There was some good skills on show. So I would suggest that we get back to that first half.
Ever since I retired from footy, Bagger, there hasn't been a bad Saturday for footy.
No, you're right.
Around the grounds, boys. Geelong West Giants 62 leading Bannockburn 42. Corio's now here. Thompson 87 leading Balpo still 47. East Geelong 75. Belmont 42. Werribee 91 leading Inverleigh 50. Winch 73 leading Anarchy 24. So
now that Spider, with that Winchelsea one, they'd be wanting a Corio win here because they win today. Corio knocks off North Geelong. They get a fourth win. They're still mathematically around that part. And from what our camera operators have mentioned to us off air, Winchelsea have displayed some pretty good footy in season 2024. They just haven't strung it together.
Yeah.
I said the same about Anarchy in the first month, but now that you look at these last results against Thompson and Winchelsea today, I think I'd put a line through their final.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Although if Corio then kicked 10 goals in his last quarter, you might put them back in the race. You never know.
Anything's a chance.
That's how good this season's been.
Anything can happen. So anyway, just waiting for the last of the spectators to clear the arena here. And there's a few of them too, I tell you. I've never seen so many people here at Corio. It's an absolute huge crowd in there and a testament to the crew who have put on a fantastic day.
Yeah, great spread at half-time too, Spike.
Oh, mate,
Very,
you never
very
miss.
good.
That's why we keep coming back here, mate. You never miss.
I've never seen you sprint so hard across the ground.
Mate, absolutely. So, final quarter about to get away. 16 points the margin of Green versus Pass. Green wins that one down. Jack Hall, it was James couldn't take it with him, but picked up here by Smith, handballs the ball out wide. McDonald versus Kyle O'Toole. Boundary line was going to win, but kept him beautifully there. So quick kick there forward by McDonald. Desnoy gets it, breaks away from Kefai, drives the ball long down looking for Swennerson. He's in front, played for the free kick, and he got it. I think it was just complete body, wasn't it? I don't think there was any hole, but anyway, umpire seen it a bit differently. He might have seen from a better angle than we had.
He fell back into his opponent's
Yes.
side.
Oh, I think so, but anyway. Swennerson now. Tommy Swennerson with the first opportunity. 40 seconds into the Connectel final quarter here. Swings around that left foot. Centres the ball. I don't think he's having a shot. It's gone nowhere near it. So he's gone over the back. Toby Bennett on the right foot. Chips the ball over to Burns. Burns takes the mark for Corio now. Just inside defensive 50. Looking at options down the ground. Hasn't got a lot, so decides to just go really long down the line. Ball falls over the back and has gone out of bounds. Right in front of the change rooms here. Far side of the ground, all in one oval. We've ticked over 1 minute. Connectel final quarter.
As much as that didn't hit a target, it's 50 metres down the line. They can reset from that point.
Yep.
As long as they're not turning it over and putting pressure on their back six.
Yep. So Green and Pask to do the work in the middle in the ruck again. Ball falls short. The umpire says, let's have that one again, shall we? So young fella will have to throw the ball back in. Ball will be getting a bit heavier with that mud too, I would have thought. So ball coming back in again now. True centre here. True centre wing here. Green wins that one down convincingly to his teammate's direction. Coming through and wrapped up in a tackle. Not going to it was Desnoy. And the umpire said you have sat over the ball. No, it wasn't. It was Pask actually. So James with the ball now. Just goes short. Nice looking kick down to Keeley. Keeley can turn and go. Desnoy closes the space really quick. Ball long and line looking for Carr. Carr puts the hands up. Can't quite take the mark. But we have on the ground BJ. Goes one way, goes the other, slips. And what's the umpire say? Throw it in. He did slip. So 2.5 minutes. Connectel final quarter here at All-in-One Oval. We have an absolute ripper of a game on our hands.
Yep. It looks like Corio have got their system sort of sorted around the footy. They're starting to win some contested ball.
So Hall's at the back of this pack. BJ O'Toole tried to grab it. Couldn't quite. North Geelong with the clearing kick, but not to an intended target. Now's their
great
chance.
Doyle.
Corio. Doyle with the handball. Finds his teammate in Hayden Burns. He goes for goal number 3, or is he going the car direction?
No, it's a point.
I wanted to see Carr do something. He's been in the, as they used to do on the Channel 10 graphic, running cold the last 2 quarters. So really want to see him get into this match. As Paddy Cleary launches the ball towards his teammate there in Smith. He takes the mark.
Not a
Cole
great kick.
O'Toole on the mark. Smith assessing his options. Just puts the chip onto it, and beautiful hands there by Charlie McDonald. So McDonald, he's got Miller and Habib in the same flank. Didn't want to risk the chip to Desnoy, so now he's going towards the Miller direction. Beautiful mark there. Is that Cooper Vaughan again?
Yes, it is.
It is. So the opening goal kicker of the match goes to the Habib direction. And Mitch Habib, the league-leading goal kicker from 2019. Let's see how he goes. Matty James on the mark. As Green comes off for Corio, and taking his place is Taylor. So Green was one of the 4 we highlighted in that break with that injury cloud. But all eyes are on Habib to cut down the margin. Kicking on the North Geelong end. Let's see how it travels.
It
looks pretty good, and North Geelong are back in the ball game.
It's a great strike.
So Corio 11-6-72. And that brings North Geelong to 9-7. And, yeah.
Yes, 9-7.
61. That's it.
Yep, so we're back to an 11-point ball game.
Who would have thought? You know, quarter time it was 38-19. Half time it was 65-26. Now it's back to 11 points.
The question here is, like, how did Corio respond, being such a young group, inexperienced group?
And they've lost some on-field experience with Kenyon off as well.
And Horsham.
Absolutely.
I reckon they'll play Matty James a bit behind the ball if need be.
So Taylor wins that one down, but only as far as Vaughan again. Over the top here. Ball spills free, falls in the hands of Fazio. Fazio moves it forward again for Corio. The numbers here with Corio. Desnoy tries to break through. Could have been legged, but not called.
Body.
Matty James done really well there. Pushes Smith away. Goes one way, goes the other. Short little chip to Doyle. That was nowhere near 15. Doyle drives Corio along, but at the back there, fantastic grab taken by Dylan Fisher. Fisher comes into Desnoy. He's in the middle of the ground. Was on his own.
They're out
chip
here.
Over the top. If he sees him, he didn't. So he's gone out wide at a Penny. That's a great kick, isn't it? So Penny takes mark right on half forward here for Corio. Chips it in short and turns it straight over to Toby Bennett.
Disappointing. He'd be spewing.
He was. He went straight for the head when he kicked that one. So Toby Bennett now looking to steady things down. Drives the ball good 50, 55 metres down the line. Let's go over the back here. BJ O'Toole out in space. That's a nice looking kick out in front of Carr. Carr has time. No one in front of him. Has to get round and has to have it. He's done really well. Gets a handball back towards Clyden. Penny did well to cut that one off. Quick kick off the ground, going to go nowhere. Only as far as O'Toole, who chips it in towards Burns. And Hayden Burns takes the mark. I reckon right on his range here, Bagger. Kicking from probably 50.
Really smart decision there to chip that short, because North Geelong had 3 or 4 deep on the goal line.
That's good lowering your vision, isn't it?
Yeah, really well
That's
done.
what you want to see. Right, so Hayden Burns has taken this upon himself. All right, the man on the mark is just inside 50, so if he doesn't get moving soon, he could be called to play on.
Well, he's kicked 2 from a long range already, so I'm backing him here, Spider.
Rightio, mate. So the man, the GDFNL media man, he could be right on the money here. That's a magnificent kick off the boot. I'll tell you what, touched on the line, mate. So Hayden Burns has 2-2 for the afternoon. Corio moved to 11-7, leading North Geelong 9-7. The draw is now on the cards.
I was just thinking, what if
draw
Corio
is
have
on
a
the
second
cards.
draw in 11 rounds? Could you believe it?
Well, you could, yeah, but you know, it may happen. So Cleary with the ball now. This plays on. Goes long down the line, looking for a fair few players out here. Well done by Destin Burns. Comes in, gets it.
Good contact.
Burns, Hayden Burns did really well. Destin Burns fighting for it, taps it out to Matty James. He just runs in and out of traffic, goes to Keeley. Keeley looks up, sizes his options, goes down to BJ O'Toole. Very much outpointed there by Cleary. It was Reynolds who did really well. This is Cleary now the ball. Ball smothered off the boot. Tap forward again. Swennerson coming through. Done well, gets a handball out. Really good to Brockenshire. Brockenshire goes to Reynolds. Reynolds comes down the line looking for Swennerson. Julian came over the back, done really well, took the ball out of Desnoy's hands, goes to Doyle, very clever tap by Doyle, finds Kyle O'Toole, just drives it back long, no one home at all, ball hits the deck. Cleary just happy to tap the ball forward, and that has gone out of bounds. The Evangeline's thrown about 5 metres round from the Corio behind post. We have gone nearly 8 minutes. Connect our final quarter here at All-in-One Oval.
So they're looking dangerous both sides, but it always helps when it's on Corio's end.
Oh, it was a free kick.
Yeah, Bryce Brockenshire.
No,
he had the job on James in the second quarter, and he didn't do too bad. The kick goes towards Mallet, but there's the man himself, James, taking on another 2 or 3. And the umpire says, give it to me.
Give it to me, boys. Give it to me.
So we're still on that 8-minute mark here in the final term, the deciding term. That's how climatic things have got as Smith launches it. Not sure if that's how he wanted the ball to come off the boot, but Fazio has it nonetheless to the other Fazio. So he's gone for a run. He's going to kick it towards the Chook Schwenneson direction. Schwenneson picks it up, runs in for a much-needed goal for North Geelong, and there it is. 6-point ball game.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Josh Jelenic just lost his feet, I think. Was it Jelenic?
No, it was Ash.
Ash just lost his feet. Really tough position to be in as a defender. But
it was a great kick.
Yeah, Schwenneson, used his body, got him under the footy and took it away from him. But yeah, terrific kick moving forward.
Bannockburn back to 12 points behind the Giants, boys.
Wowee.
That's a big upset, isn't it?
It would be.
Oh, wow.
If it happens. It would be. If it happens. Anyway, back in the middle, we've come to the right game again, and 3 in a row, absolute belters we've seen as a commentary team. Well, I have. You blokes, the first one you've seen.
Oh, you did great at West Oval, didn't you?
That was a fantastic game.
I went to 3 thrillers in one day, and you guys sat there and watched the grass grow.
Taylor and Pask wins that one towards James. Vaughan done really well. There was all over him. Keeley comes through to lend support. Can't quite take the ball with him. Ball tapped out wide here. Habib running onto it now. Who wants the ball? Swenneson comes out and says, I do. Picks it up. Wrapped up in a tackle by Kefai. Not going anywhere. But good play there by North. Obviously, Jackson Jules back on the ground, so it's 18 apiece now. In the middle, Green tries to win that one down. As far as Cotter. Cotter's wrapped up in a tackle. Not going anywhere, so...
North Geelong have upped the ante on their contested work and their tackling.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's getting through.
No. So one down there by Miller, but only as far as Cotter. Cotter goes long out wide. Well done by Noah Bartola to knock that one forward. Destin Burns running through trying to control it. Had Beecroft for company, and umpires paid a too high free kick here. So one of the very impressive second halves from the young blokes here in McDonald. Drives the ball long down the line looking for Miller. It's a nice kick, but punched from behind by Jelenic. Picked up and handballed over the top. Cotter runs onto it. He's going to run out of room. Habib done really well there in a tackle. Umpires let it go. Probably would 2 over to Fazio. So Damien Fazio marks right in front of the light tower here at the netball club's netball court side of the ground at All-in-One Oval.
He's going to take a good kick from there, that's for sure.
I don't think the umpire's keen to give dropping the ball there to Cotter in front of 150 ex-Corio players.
Wise move. Wise move.
Anyway, Damien Fazio comes in to draw, scores level. It's not a bad kick off the boot. Just dropped short. Nipped through, grabbed up there, wrapped up straight away. Ball brought to ground, rugby style. We'll have a ball up right in the goal square here for Corio.
Oh, geez, I've loved Cooper Vaughan's game for North Geelong.
Sensational.
Honestly, yeah. I went into this and I thought they're two Mr. Fix. It would be Desnoy and Schwenneson.
Not a great throw in there, I tell you. It's I would take. He's paid a free kick. Wasn't a great ball up, but Jack Green's ended up with a free kick. I probably thought he might have given it back, but he chips the ball over to Doyle, and that's a horrible kick. Anyway,
so is that.
That's probably even worse. Coming out of defence, Pass gets the ball. Nice handball over the top to Jewel. Jewel's got Habib over further. Goes over towards Swenneson. Ball eludes him. Bartolo comes in across, wraps up Swenneson in a tackle. Not going anywhere. 6 points in this game. 12 minutes ticked over. Connect our final quarter here.
Cryo very, very lucky that didn't go through the big sticks from the turnover. You can't butcher the footy from there.
Oh, no. Now's their chance. They need to level the scores now and then start firing home. North Geelong with that handball went towards the run of Jackson Jewell, who's back on the ground, as you mentioned, Spider, but it's Matty James, my front runner for the best on ground, with another clearing kick right before.
Massive ride.
Was there, Mike, right? Couldn't go out there. Zach Schwenneson takes the mark. A captain's mark when it was needed most. And this will bring the scores back to level.
Destin Burns, wow.
That was a big ride, Spike. I reckon he might have a nosebleed he got up that eye.
Well, it might hit a plane.
So Zach Schwennerson, he was in front of the cameras this week. Last name synonymous with both of these clubs the last 30 years. Let's see how Zach goes. He's captained a Colts grand final against Corio 10 years earlier. Can he kick the goal that matters at senior level? No, but it could be a handy point as far as the next 10 minutes are concerned.
Come on.
And it just shows that chaos kick in can do some damage. You know, you just got to get it in there.
Generally to the full forward's fingers.
Put the defence under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. You move the ball in quick. They panic.
Yep.
They
Exactly.
panic, mate.
You can't give them too much time to set.
No. And it's in the air, so worst case, it's coming to ground.
Yep.
It's coming to ground, so you've got players around. You've got time to get in around it, mate.
Yep, absolutely. And they've got some really good small forwards, North.
They have. So Braden Cotter now plays on, has a bounce, has a second bounce. Does really well, drives it up towards the wing here. In front there was Taylor, couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. North Geelong sliding all over the top of it here. And the umpire's going to come in and say, this is mine. Good decision to do it quickly too. I hate when they let it go for too long.
Yep.
That's when players get injured. So Taylor's going to go up against Miller here. Taylor's been pretty good. Miller gets to the front, does well, taps it down. Picked that run through, nice little handle over top to Habib. Habib could have used...
Great kick.
He has. It's got Fazio, and Fazio has taken the mark right on the boundary line where his brother had a shot not 5 minutes ago. Pretty much the same spot here. He plays on straight away, screws the ball around, and has also kicked a minor score. So 10-9 now to the North Geelong side. Trailing Corio, who are 11-7. 14.5. Connect our final quarter scoreboard here at All-in-One Oval.
Might not be a draw now, but it definitely be a thriller nonetheless.
I'd just love to see Corio play a real possession game, try and work it out of the back up.
I'm just worried about
Matty
Matty
James agrees with
James.
you.
I'm worried about Matty James. He doesn't have any fingernails left. That's how nervous he's getting.
He's got a can. He's relaxed.
So the ball kicked out there by Cotter. Under it was Dixon, but couldn't quite get to it as the mark was Dalziel. So Dalziel, he's got Smith as a chip kick option. Instead launches it towards the pack. Who's going to be under it? Blake Miller. Couldn't quite get onto that one. Now it's a Seagulls on a chip for the footy. Miller with the shot on goal. He's picked it up and he's given North Geelong the lead in this round 11 broadcast match of the day.
Well, we've just found our goal of the day right there.
Oh, I think Matt James might have started to say that in the second quarter. Most crucial goal.
Yeah.
Most crucial goal. I'll give you that one.
Pressure goal from the big fella. Wow, scores now 11-9. For 11-9-75 to a North Geelong, 11-7-73 to Corio. 15.5 gone.
And we don't have it on the screen, but time in front, it was Corio 112 minutes. North Geelong now 12 seconds.
No, they kicked the first goal of the game.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, okay. 1 minute, 12 seconds there.
That's about all it was.
Well, Blake Miller, the hero for North Geelong at the last minute, he's back in the ruck. Green gets it on that occasion. Now it's 3 Corio players onto the one. Matty James throws himself near the footy.
I'd be calling for a head count.
Yeah,
You reckon there's about 4 Matty Jameses out there?
No, it's
That's it. Well, there's 2 O'Tools, that's for sure, but only 1 Bennett, and he's played well. Hall finds James.
Yeah, free kick for holding the man anyway.
Noah Bartolo's just come to the bench for a spell. They need him back on.
So the vice captain finds the ball winner. James launches it towards BJ O'Toole. How will he go under it? Now it's swooped by... Well, that was actually a risky handball by Fisher because it sent his teammate straight to hospital there, Charlie McDonald. And McDonald assesses his options. Goes towards the Miller direction. He's on Matty James and he's got a player to beat in front of him. Ball goes over the line. And we are almost 17 minutes.
Yeah, lucky Jackson Doyle didn't make
term.
contact there.
No.
Because that would have been a free kick to North. I guess he did well in the scheme of things.
Jackson Jewell doesn't really need a break. He had 15 minutes before. So the ball thrown in there. Green at the back. Does well. Brings the ball to ground. Miller, really good. Really influential in this minute. Gets the ball out wide. Too much strength on the handball. Runs across in front of Dalziel. So we'll have another boundary line throw in here. 70 metres around from the Corio goal. So behind for the first time since the 26 second mark of the first quarter. Ball tapped down. Coming free, picked up there by McDonald. He's wrapped up and brought to ground by Jack Hall immediately. So umpire's coming in to ball that one up. And things getting a little bit willing again out there, which they do in those close games. Bit of push and shove, so Green and Miller do the ruck work. It's paid over the shoulder here. Blake Miller with the free kick. Starting to impose himself, the big fella. Got options everywhere now. He probably might have come short the Brock and Shy. He decided to go long down the line. And the back out! Hit by! Not quite. But good enough to bounce back to his feet there, Bagger, and wrap up a very important tackle.
Yeah, great second effort.
And he's hurt himself.
Come down with a bit of cramp, I think.
Miller again. Miller does really well. Goes to Desnoy. Quick kick forward here for North Geelong. In front, Mallet done really well. The big fella handballs the ball over. Good hands again over to Fazio. Fazio running to an open goal and goes bang!
Wowee.
This is a game and a half, gentlemen.
Wowee. So North...
Damien Fazio has his first for the afternoon. The 12th for North Geelong. They've now broken out to an 8-point lead, and we have gone 18.5. Connect to our final quarter.
Boys, half-time, it was Corio 10-5-65, North Geelong 4-2-26. So they were trailing by 39. Now they're up by 8. Unbelievable.
Reminiscent of North Melbourne last week. Tyler had a crack. Tyler's North Melbourne supporter. So he's very upset with my call before. Have a look at him. Look at the death stare.
Well, even Thompson over Inverley, I think they were down by 9 goals and got a...
Bellman over East Geelong in the second semi-final, 52 points up.
Absolutely. But it just goes to show, if North Geelong get their contested game going, they're as good as anyone.
It's been a brilliant second half.
It's been a cracker.
So back in the middle. Green and Pask. I've really liked Pask's game. His second efforts and third efforts have been really good. Green wins that one down. Goes towards Dixon, but Habib does well in the muck to get the ball out. Done really well. Desnoy turns. Oh, like the mini barrel going forward. Swenison in front, couldn't take the mark. Doyle done really well at ground level now. Swenison outpoints him. Drives the ball in long, looking for his brother, who did fantastically well. Picks it up. Handballs over the top. Mallet was the first one there. Comes over the top again. Fazio has second chance. Could have been in the back.
Be a
And
free
I reckon he's
kick.
paid it. I reckon he's paid it there. That was there, I reckon, Bagger.
Yeah, look,
It was. Had it got him in the side,
Look,
it might have been all right.
I'm a biased backman spied, and I don't subscribe to that.
Bagger,
But-
when you got the ball in the half-back line, the full forward's lead, because the ball's going 75.
But you got to be, you got to put some pressure on there, and he did that. I think.
I just think his hands in the back, mate.
It's unfortunate.
So,
And again, that's what happens when you get under a heap of pressure deep in defence.
Damien Fazio coming in to extend it to a 14-point lead. And he has done just that. Wow, how this game has turned. 13-9 now.
Jeez, just looking at
To
the body
11-7.
language, of the Corio team, it's not flash.
20.5 minutes, Bagger. So the last quarter went for 31. So there's still plenty of time to kick the 3 goals needed to get back into the game. But as you said, the tide has turned.
Yeah.
It's coming in from Corio Bay, mate, which is very, very close to North Geelong, and sweeping the ball all that way.
Well, credit where credit's due. A 53-point turnaround for North Geelong since the main break. Something tells me they'll win this clearance, but for the sake of this spectacle, we want to see Corio get a few more on the board before that final siren. They win the tap. James might have overran that Clay, and North Geelong, as predicted, another centre clearance there at Schwenison. Couldn't quite hold on to that one. It looks like we'll have another stoppage right at the edge of the centre square
Just
on
got
the
a
North
message.
Geelong side.
Whack in the head it was. That was the free kick.
Right.
So it was definitely a free kick. That's from our great mate Shane Painter.
Hello, Shane.
So let's see how they go again. There's rovers spread out everywhere, and instead it's the ruckman that gets the clearing kick towards his other ruckman. So Taylor.
Taylor.
It's a chip kick. How is that?
Beautiful.
And the vice captain's just pushed him out of the way there. Now's their opportunity. Destin Birds had one hand on the ball, and the umpire has paid the free kick to North Geelong.
He has. So, ball out wide now to Vaughan. Vaughan been very, very good all day. Chips the ball over to Jewel. Height. Worried out of a bit there, so the ball spills free. But anyway, running through with it again. Nice long kick down the line. Going to Swenison direction. Doyle brings the ball to ground. Picked up there by Cotter. He's wrapped up in a tackle immediately. Ball's the cry. And ball has been paid. Swenison moves it on quickly, looking for his brother here in front. Oh, gets the hands to it. Can't quite hold on. Gets another handball out wide. Too quick for Fazio. Running through his Jelenic. Gets away with it. Matty James now in space. Drops what he should have taken. It's almost like he runs to get the tackle. And anyway, the umpire's paid a free kick here to Matty James. You get the handball over to Burns, but Free kick has been paid to James. So Matty James, true centre half back for Corio.
There's his options.
Can he launch? Can he launch there a big attack here? So he's gone short. Gone short and finds Hayden Byrne. So he's on true centre wing here in front of the social rooms here at All-in-One Oval. Not much moving at all up forward. So he just goes long in the Burns direction. He's completely outpointed there by Reynolds. What a fantastic grab that was by Sam. Just used his body really nicely.
Playing right into the North Geelong hands right there with that long kick. They're picking that off every day.
They are. So he's gone out wide again now. It would, you said possession footy before would have been nice. So Swenison, number 3, Luke with the ball. He just, I don't even know what that is, but it's down here somewhere. It goes over the back. Mallet gets it, handballs it out wide. Another handball over the top, finds Jewel. Jewel comes long down the line here looking for Fazio. Fazio got the cruel bounce. Picked up the back there by Swenison. Centres the ball. Will the umpire pay this? Geelong brought it to ground. Quick handball out. Oh, no, don't make a deal. That one handball's over the top. And here we go again. Another goal now to John Fazio. So the Fazio brothers have kicked the last 3 for North Geelong. The old overweight ladies warming up the tonsils, I think, lads. 14-9 to 11-7.
Can you believe this? Like, if we were sitting here an hour ago, has this just happened? And that's credit to North Geelong. I'm not being
points.
Negative. That's just credit to the Magpies.
We have gone 24 minutes. Connectel final quarter scoreboard here at All-in-One Oval. And unbelievably, after being 39 points down at half-time, North Geelong are now 20 points up.
So those last 3 goals, I actually had Toby Bennett playing forward for Corio. Now they've moved him back. I'm just worried, is it too late?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
So,
yeah.
Yes, it is.
Now, I've seen Lara win a game with down by 5 with 6 minutes to go. So
ball comes out to Keeley.
See
Keeley
how they
dispossessed there. What a great tackle by Vaughan. He's been absolutely sensational.
So Toby Bennett's playing as a spare in the defensive 6, and his opponent is up the other end. As a spare.
I man him up anyway. Ball comes out here. That's
no, sorry.
Well done there by Swenison. Outpointed Ash really well. Comes out wide looking for her bib. No luck there. That's stayed in play. The boundary was right there. Gets a handball into Jewel. Jewel drives North Geelong forward again. Players come from everywhere. And I tell you what, the big man has flown for the Routley pie. That is. Let Fazio again.
That's Johnny Fazio.
That is Johnny Fazio. So the Fazio brothers could kick the last 4.
Tell you what, you may as well have North Shore Past Players Day here because every single one of them on the ground has just made an impact, whether they're wearing the Magpie jumper or the Devils.
So Fazio coming in to blow this margin out to 26 points. Kicked the 7th. For North Geelong this quarter, and I tell you what, he has done just that. Johnny Fazio has his 3rd now for the afternoon, the 15th for North Geelong, who have kicked 11 goals 7 since half time. 15-9 leading Corio, who are 11-7. We're about to tick over 26 minutes to connect our final quarter.
Well, Spider, I told you we were on track. Joel Bennett had never lost a Past Players Day, and I said we were on track. But another stat which is in favour of the Magpies bagger, Peter Riccardi has never lost a game as coach against Corio.
There you go.
So never in doubt.
Never in doubt. So ball tapped down. James tries to burst through. Goes the other way. Wrapped up in the tackle, not going anywhere. Is Byrne. So we have another player down in the middle of the ground here. No, he just stuck in the mud was Pask. Couldn't get out.
Corio cannot get a centre clearance.
No, they can't.
They've battled for a half a footy.
They have James. Here's their chance. Kicks the ball 60 metres long in the line, looking for Carr, but outpointed. Probably could have been a free kick, but anyway, diving on top of the ball here. The umpire says straight away, I'll have it, thank you. So another change. Penny coming on now. So Penny comes on for Noah Billy. Ball about to thrown in the air. Taylor taking on Pask here. So Taylor just belts the ball as far forward as he can. Byrne runs onto it, wrapped up straight away. He said the pressure has changed. Pressure has completely changed this game, hasn't it, Bagger?
It has. It's complete polar opposite to what we saw in the first quarter, or first half, should I say.
Taylor does well, brings the ball to ground. Umpires picked out a free kick, and Hayden Byrne is going to be the recipient, I think.
Pretty keen to get a wriggle on this.
He wants to go back. You still got to kick him, Bagger, so it's no point rushing it. You still got to kick it. So it's no point rushing it and then kicking a point. So Anyway, Hayden Byrne coming in. Looking at his third. I'll tell you what, he has stopped the rot there. The first takes the 12th. That's his third for the afternoon. The 12th now for Corio. They're 12-7. Trailing North Geelong, who are 15-9. And we have ticked over nearly 28 minutes to connect our final quarter here at All-in-One Oval.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned about both lineups here, goes to show you how much experience Nathan Kenyon puts in on Corio's back six and directs those young ones. Because since he's been off the ground, they've looked lost. And I think, Corio's kicked 1 goal since half-time. Just the stats, 2 now, sorry, 2-1 prior to that. So there you have it.
Ball back in the middle now. Green taps the ball down the James direction, but it bounces over to Habib. Habib drives North Geelong forward again, where the ball spent most of the time. And Fazio now takes another fantastic grab. So he'll go back to have a shot at number 4. Unsighted in the first half. Both the Fazio brothers have come to the fore in the second half. Obviously, Rico's spray at half-time has done him a world of good. I wonder if Pete's got any voice left now. And
I reckon that's exactly what's happened at half-time.
It did, he told me. Johnny Fazio comes in now, looking at his 4th. It's not the greatest kick we've ever seen. Miller flies and uncontested nearly takes the mark. Does well to keep the ball in. Players swarm on it. I think there'll be a ball up now. That's what's happened. So we've about to tick over 29 minutes. I wouldn't think it'd be too long to go, although they have kicked 7 goals in the last quarter, North Geelong. So it might be a 31, 32-minute quarter. Ball in the air now, Green and Miller. Miller taps the ball over top only as far as Matty James. Shrugs one tackle, throws the ball in the boot, goes a long way in the air, sets his teammates a task. Ball comes to ground. Quick handball out. Now he'll try and run the ball out of fence, but runs out of room. And we'll have a boundary line throw-in right where the 50-metre line meets the boundary line. It's like where the gun barrel beats the Murray, mate. There, so beautiful.
I still can't believe 20 minutes ago we were talking about a potential draw, let alone a Corio win. So
Crazy
ball
game of footy.
makes its way back to the boundary umpire now. As Spider just mentioned, we're entering that 30-minute mark of this final term. It's going to be one of the most memorable home and away victories of this young North Geelong lineup's journey. Until then, the handball makes its way to Fazio. That's Damien. Works its way backwards. The kick there from Beecroft in his 100th game. Goes towards Habib. 2 Devils fighting over it. The kick just makes its way there, and a beautiful mark taken there by Pask. That was Dalziel rather. Yep. So Jake's kick just goes above Habib.
Oh, nearly lands in the hands.
Almost a lucky bounce there to North Geelong as well, but they're waiting for the siren. So much so, in rugby league style, Habib's just kicked it out to the wing.
They are playing for the siren right now, mate. Yeah, it's the very correct call, I would have thought, Tig.
And look at that, arm in arm, Thomas Schwennerson and Cooper Vaughan on the bench. 2 blokes that have really made an impact, just soaking it all in, because this is a memorable
Ball
day.
comes in now. Desnoy does well, picks it up, wrapped up in a tackle, through the head back, hoping for a free kick. But the umpires have been very, very good today, and those ones in tight, they have come in and said no one's going to get hurt. We'll just call play on and then ball it up. So ball in the air now. Miller done really well. Taps that one down. Ball spills free. He's paid dropping the ball, but he actually kicked it. So anyway, Doyle was caught there. Rory Desnoy, who hasn't had the impact that we've seen him have a bit earlier, and I know he's been their best players the last couple of weeks. Young kid from Leopold Bagger.
Right. Yeah, he looks like a likely type.
Yeah, I think I just like the hair, mate.
Yeah,
it reminds me of Johnny Platten. So
it's well manicured, that's for sure.
It is well manicured, isn't it? So Rory Desnoy taking his full 30 seconds here. He'll be kicking from there. It is the siren, boys. So
I can't believe that.
Inconsequential, but Rory Desnoy would like to get one on the board here. Comes in. And like a true professional, finishes it off and gets North Geelong 16th for the quarter. 16th for the game. He's first for the game. So the final score here sees Corio 12-7-79 defeated by North Geelong, who have kicked 16-9-105. So 39 points down, 26 points up. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with a full wrap of the game. So you're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Thanks for watching this live stream. Don't know where to go. It was a definitely, let's be honest, it was a game in two halves. Corio jumped out of the blocks. It said 10-5, 65 to 4-2-26 at half time, and we thought, wow. Rico come out and was pointing to his throat when he come past. He had a bit of horse, mate. He said, yeah, I've given him a bit of a bake. So it obviously worked, because the final score seen Corio 12-7-79, defeated by North Geelong, who was 16-9-105. So what's that? 39 points, 26 points, 65-point turnaround.
Well, I just want you to count yourselves lucky, because you just experienced another chapter of this awesome rivalry. You know, in the lead up to Past Players Day, I watched the 92 grand final, Corio with that young crop, Fopiani, Stewart, Corner, couldn't get the job done on North Geelong. 10 years later, they played in 02 at St Albans. 1 point was the difference. And then, of course, last year, North Geelong's only win of the season came against Corio. And then today, we just saw a 59-point turnaround in a home and away season game. How good was that?
That's what we come to see, really, wasn't it? It was a great spectacle of footy, but you're right, Spide. It was played in two halves. It was baffling. I don't know how to assess that, to be honest.
Well, that'll make your votes very interesting, because Rite of Passage, your first cab off the rank.
It will be first cab off the rank.
Thank you, gentlemen.
It was look, to be honest, Bagger, it was just, I don't know. Look, I know that there's some crucial injuries there. You know, losing Horsham. You talk about your experience. When you're already probably thin on experience here, they are a young side, Corio as well. Both sides are young sides, but the second half, you looked at the blokes from North. Like the Swennisons started to have an influence on the game. Remember, they were down to 17 minutes for 15 minutes when Jackson Jewell got sent off. So you look around. Aaron Beecroft playing his 100th game. You know, they stood firm in the back half of the ground, and that was probably what the difference was. You called it a few times that Corio just looked dishevelled.
Yeah.
They completely lost their structure. I mean, when you're starting to throw on Toby Bennett around, you know that you're really searching for something.
Yeah, look, in hindsight, Toby Bennett should never have gone forward. He should have stayed down back. It might have helped them, keep their shape a little bit, use the footy a bit better out of half back. But it's easy to say in hindsight, isn't it?
Well, hindsight's a wonderful thing, mate.
Absolutely,
mate. In hindsight, I would never have played footy. I wouldn't be so sore when I wake up every day of the week.
But look, on the flip side to that, full credit to North Geelong for getting themselves back into that game. They were nowhere in the first half, and I think those listening and everyone watching in their lounge room at home would attest to that. Couldn't win a contested footy. There was no connection between their midfield forward. Getting outnumbered at the contest down back. It was all at sea for them. So they turned it around really well.
And they're continuing to exceed their expectations. They only had the one win last year. Only had 10 players from that win playing this season, all right? But against Inverleigh last week, the reigning premier, they were down by 5 goals, 10 minutes to go. Yep. They kicked 4 goals. They just lose by 3 points. Yep. Today, everyone would have thrown the towel. If it was last year's group, they would have thrown in the towel at half-time. Yeah. But that's this year's group under a new coach. They got some new players in. They got an 18-year-old Rory Desnoy, who, by the way, I actually thought would be their standout. And after the first 3 minutes, didn't really have an impact till that last goal.
You look, you're right. The difference. It was very, very stark, and it was. I think the Swennisons got involved. Yeah. These are the two Fazio brothers got involved. The blokes they've brought in, they've recruited smart. Like Pat Cleary down back. Like Herschel Carr had 3 at quarter time. Didn't get a kick after quarter time, and that was Cleary just completely shut him down. Cooper Vaughan was fantastic. I think he went on to Matty James. And look, I've got to say, Matty was probably unlucky a couple of times. He runs into a clear space. Jack Green wins a tap out, lands in the glue pot, and doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, exactly. And he's very good below his knees, Matty James. But just you can't. If the ball's not bouncing, you can't break momentum. You can't do anything about it. But I think North played it smarter. They didn't try and burst through. They sat off and waited. Yeah. And then they relied on, like, Pass. I reckon Pass probably kicked the ball off the ground about 6 or 7 times. Yeah. Just to clear the ball out of the centre. So
Corio were really happy to play +1 around the contest, leaving one behind the footy for North Geelong. Yep. And that really played a pivotal role in the second half. They continued with that, and North Geelong were able to use the footy, handball back to go forward. Yep. And they used the footy really well moving into the forward 50. All
right, well, we'll go around the grounds before we get your votes, Bags. Give you a bit of time. So,
thank you, mate.
Bannockburn 10-12 have defeated the Geelong West Giants 10-9.
Jeez.
3 points. So they've come from 20 points down. Thompson 15-10 have defeated 100 have defeated Belpo still 7-12-54. So it's 46 points there, but inaccurate kicking by Belpo still. Yep. East Geelong 13-13-91 have defeated Belmont 8-8-56. So 35 points there to East.
10 wins in a row.
They're missing Sam Jones up forward, Belmont.
He played today.
He did?
Yes, I spoke. He literally came into work at 3 o'clock this morning. He was working.
Oh,
came in at 3 o'clock this morning.
Really?
So he said he had a fitness test on Thursday night.
Yep.
And I'm going to see if he actually did line up. Sam Jones lined up. So there you go. It hasn't got that far yet, mate.
Right.
So that's the other big game today. Out at Moreton Power Oval, the current score, well, it says live, but I imagine it's over. Werribee Central's 20 goals, 12. Inverleigh 11-12. So there's 9 goals.
Yeah.
And Winch, final score 17-14-1-16 have defeated Anarchy 6-8-44. So that sets up a very interesting run home the last 8 games.
And it's funny, just looking into round 12, how much the last hour has changed the way I've looked at round 12. So Corio are travelling to Werribee, and if this was the Corio we saw in the first half, that could be a blockbuster match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I don't know how to look at that.
No.
North Geelong, they lost by a goal in the first round under lights to Geelong West. But now that I've heard the Geelong West result, Geelong West aren't here to make the numbers either.
Yeah,
Grovedale, 8 points up over Newtown, mate.
The Jacob Spalding Cup. Wowee.
There's some issues at Newtown, I feel.
Some very big issues there. All right, Bagger. You are going to be thrown under the hot seat, mate. That's stiff. We're not very nice to people. we bring them in. We tell them it's all chocolates, but it's really boiled lolly. So
this wasn't part of the contract, Spide.
Yeah, well, you don't have a contract, so just do it.
Rightio, we won.
Queenscliff have beaten Mottawarri by 15 points. I believe someone tipped on a hashtag.
Oh, I want to hear Bagger's votes. Let's go.
My one vote for today from the Corio side is Matty James. Had a terrific... Look, he's probably stiff, to be honest. He had a terrific first half, but he was really nullified in the second half. And take him away, from the clearances and the hard work he does in and under, and Corio really had nothing. Hence why North Geelong got on top. 2 votes, Damien Fazio. I thought he was fantastic, particularly late in the third quarter, early in the fourth. Was pivotal in turning the game for North. So well done to Damo there. And his 3 votes is Cooper Vaughan. His role on Matty James in the second half turned the game for North Geelong, and I thought he was fantastic. Kicked a couple too.
Kicked 2, yep.
I believe so.
Yep.
Not only can he influence, one of the opposition's premier midfielders, he can also go forward and hit the scoreboard too. So terrific job from Cooper Vaughan.
Al?
So mine's a bit similar. I'm going to give 1 vote to Paddy Cleary. The last 3 quarters, what he did to Herschel Carb won him a match. As simple as that. I am going to add to the Matty James bandwagon. He's getting 2 votes because of just his remarkable efforts. And he probably would have got my 3 by about the halfway mark of the third term.
I think he was clearly in front of everyone's by then.
Yeah. But like yourself, I mentioned it throughout the play-by-play call. My 3 votes also go to Cooper Vaughan. I was really impressed with what he's been able to do with his size. He's not the tallest mid-going round, but when it's in the air, he seems to grab him. When it's on the deck, he's the first to him. And then the disposals, they're efficient. Yep. So he's ticked all boxes. There's my 3 votes, Spider.
All right, I gave 1 to Matty James. I just think that, he was by far the best player on the ground in the first half, but half a game doesn't win you a game of footy.
Yep.
I gave my 2 votes to Charlie McDonald, long sleeve, number 21 on the wing. I thought he was really, really good and really instrumental in turning the game around. When the ball was going forward, he found space and away he went. Look at this Blake Miller out here having a kick with his kids. It's still in his, it's like he's won a premiership. He's still in his footy gear. And I also gave my 3 votes to Cooper Vaughan. I actually thought his game was nothing short of sensational. Look, there are a few apologies for me. Paddy Cleary, as you said, I thought Cooper Pascott's the best game I've seen him play all year. Was hard. I think Hayden Burns was very, very good for Corio all day as well. I probably thought he may, he would push Matty James because he actually gave for the whole 4 quarters. I thought a lot of bit players because that's why the game was played. Yeah, it was played in two separate halves. Aaron Taylor, I thought he impressed me. Jack Hall impressed me through the middle. Had a big job. Probably nullified Blake Miller. and I think that's why they kept putting Pass back in there, because he was actually maybe not winning the contest, but he was getting a few clearances out. So
definitely carving them.
our Hotham Hotel, a player of the day, is Cooper Vaughan from North Geelong, wearing the number 17. So we'll get him his award when Grubby hands him over. Unlike Dale, who handed me the Sir Eric Nichols Memorial time. But, you know, it's funny because Eric's shocked every time we say that, because Eric's still alive. Apparently it's a memorial time.
Yeah, it's a bit
time
rough,
piece.
isn't
It is a bit. We had him in the box grand final day last year.
Yeah. He's an icon.
Oh,
Eric
he is the man who transformed the calling of footy in the local region. So
coached my father to a premiership in 1985 at Amos.
At Amos, played 66 games for Geelong as well. Let's not forget that.
Wonderful man, Eric.
Oh, just a wonderful bloke, but he's healthy. He doesn't like going out too much, so we did very well to get him into the box last year, grand final day. Grubby went round and harassed the hell out of him to get him to turn up. He did.
Terrific.
He did the interview with us, then he went home. So he's in his 80s now. Doesn't get out a hell of a lot, but it was so good to see him. So yeah, he gets a bit shocked every time. Am I actually dead? Am I actually dead? Don't you know Memorial?
No, he's a great man.
But he is. Well, though,
and I know he's listening as well, Spider. So a shout out to Eric.
Eric is a fantastic man. I said the forerunner to all commentary in here. You know, we used to have Brainy and Cookie, who, my God, were it was like the two Ronnies in here. But geez, they used to make the game a bit of fun. Then Eric came in and just took it to another level, and then of course you get Jace Doherty and Dale who've carried on that can, and it's really got to really good level. But Eric's the man who turned it into the professional sort of it is now. Got us out of the scaffold and the scaffold and the tarp was the old commentary box back in the day. Got us into the Fano's van, and it did. Eric was the one, so he's a wonderful bloke. We'll get on to next week's game. I'll let you know what our thoughts were. I spoke to Grubby during the week. We've got to thank our sponsors. I won't throw under the bus Bagger. I've got the sponsors here.
Thank you, Spider. Although I did ask for these sponsors.
Yes,
and
but I do have them. So of course we have our three fantastic pubs. The Hotham, who give us the voucher every week. We have the Commonafine out in the east. I'm not going to go through Grubby's spiel. And so the Commonafine is there, and of course the Yards have been long-term supporters of this program. Routleys, well, a couple of big men flew, but they couldn't quite bring it down.
Almost marks of the year today.
Yeah, we had a couple of them, didn't we? Kempy, of course, Kempy Engineering. Grubby, what do? They make steel products, Grubby. That's what engineers do, you peanut.
That's why this new van's looking...
That's what engineering do.
And that's why this van's looking schmick now, this Kempy Engineering. Steel Tyler, what do you reckon?
Yeah, promote it. This is the bench from the last one, mate. It's the same one. Promoted Trophies and Apparel, of course. That's where the league get their apparel from. Victory Trophies are where they get their trophies and their strapping tape and that from. Corio Bay Health. I really need to go and see Corio Bay Health, but it might be too late for me now. Raiders Bingo, of course. Fantastic supporters of the GDFNL and have been for a long, long time. Elders Insurance, of course, always on board Elders. And, of course, Athlete's Foot. Athlete's Foot, each coach picks their MVP from the opposition side every game, both football and netball, and that's sponsored by Athlete's Foot, who is, of course, Michael Budavalis is the man. And guess who also came into work this morning about 5 o'clock on his way to the park run out at... it must be about 6 o'clock in the park, run out at Yu Yangs. He's going from the Yu Yangs to Anarchy. That's what I was playing today. And he goes, what am I going to do for 5 hours out there, Spide? And I said, probably the same as everyone else, mate. Sleep in. We'll go and herd some cattle. So, Athlete's Foot, of course, great sponsors. Our quarter-by-quarter sponsors, we can't do without it. You know, this is the Morris GDFNL senior game. Morris have been fantastic. Of course, Buckley's Entertainment, who are just wonderful sponsors across all leagues, all local football, do a brilliant job. The Granny Cycling Sport, long-time partners. And, of course, Connectel, who brought us that magnificent last quarter for North Geelong.
One of the most famous ones we'll see so far in the home and away season, but the way things are tracking, Bagger, we might have another 5 thrillers in the next 5 broadcasts.
Grothdale won by 7 points, Bagger, so one of your old clubs had a win.
The Tigers.
The Tigers got up.
Do,
no one would have...
The big German Schultz down there at Grovey. I'll catch up with him.
Mick was my old boss at Shell, mate.
Well,
there you go, mate. He was a hard man.
And we do have to correct you from before. Me and Bagger were saying at halftime, you said 3 blokes that played for Belmont. I think where you got mixed up, I never played for Belmont, but me and Bagger are both alumni from the prestigious Belmont kindergarten.
That's right.
So
your brother played for Belmont.
My
That's
brother,
close enough, right? That's close enough. I will find a link to Belmont, mate, there for you. It's not often.
And
as we know, I said one of them has to be my ex-coach in the box. so we got that. I can't believe I was coached by two 21-year-olds. The funniest thing on the footy field, mate, round 5 against Geelong West. Hadn't won a game yet. We had, I think, myself and Dubs were over 30, and that was about it in the whole side. Pico not there. Knocked himself out. Don't about getting knocked out. He knocked himself out.
On Rhett Smith's concrete helmet.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
But you're a trendsetter because you know what? Going back to Corio, Spider, 5 years ago, a lot of people thought, you know what, a young Joel Bennett taking over, this might not work.
Well, they did.
And by half time today, I thought they were a premiership side.
Well, they took Bagger and Scotty took over a side that had been like Duck had finished up, and a lot of blokes he brought with him left, and they ended up with just a. I said I was probably finished by that stage. Dubsy was older than me, but still fitter than everybody else going around.
Absolutely.
And we didn't have a lot of experience in that side. And that day, I still remember that day. It was something like we kicked 24 goals and Geelong West kicked 22.
There was zero defensive
there was no defence, was there?
So anyways, round 12 next week.
About 90 that day.
Let's have a look at round 12.
Right, so, look, to be honest, we were talking about this. So Grubby and I were talking. We were looking to go to Bannockburn and Anarchy, but I think after today, that's not happening.
No.
Bannockburn won. Have fallen over the line, but Anarchy have just fallen off the face of the earth and been touched up at home. We are going to go there in a couple of weeks to their past players' day, and it's actually against North Geelong too. So, Winchelsea Thompson out at Winch. Here's one for you. The Western Eagles have defeated Lorne.
Oh, you're joking.
Lorne haven't lost a game. Belpo still East Geelong. I don't think we'll go to. We're number one ticket holders at East Geelong. We've been there that many times. Inverleigh Belmont out at Inverleigh. And Inverleigh getting touched up today. Belmont losing today. Could be an interesting one. Werribee Corio, I don't think we're going to go into Werribee twice in a row. And North Geelong and the Giants. I don't think we're going to that one either somehow.
Belmont
so there's 6 games you're not going to. How does that work?
I'm having the week off. And that's now look, the games that you're probably looking at is Inverleigh Belmont. And because it's probably the last roll of the dice for Inverleigh now. They'd be 6 points out.
Yep, for sure.
Because both Thompson and Bannockburn won, or Winch and Thompson. Now,
so you're not going to give Bannockburn's past players any love?
No.
And you're making that call for Grubby and Dale, the mayor of Bannockburn.
The mayor of Bannockburn.
We've heard it first here. He's pulled the trigger spot.
I'm the, what do you call it?
We're going to Bannockburn because Grubby and I discussed it during the week.
The non-voting chairman. I'm just trying to push him along.
We actually made the decision during the week. So we are going to go to Bannockburn and Anarchy next week. I hope Anarchy turn. Like we've seen Anarchy play Belmont, and they were absolutely sensational.
Yep.
And they got beat by a better side.
Yep.
And that was all it was. Let's hope Sam Lloyd's back because they obviously really miss him.
Yeah.
They reckon Coolmon's been really good since he's come back. Which is great. If he's winning, he had some massive 60 or something tap outs last week, and if you're not winning, it's really not to advantage, is it?
No, that's right, exactly.
No, we did make the commitment. We were going to go out to Bannockburn, Anarchy next week, and then we got the split round following that. So you got Bannockburn's past players next week. You got Anarchy's in 2 weeks' time, which we're going to go to as well, which is against North Geelong. So. We will be out at Bannockburn next week, so hopefully we get a bit of a better turnout. Dale, and if he gets back, because I reckon it'll be snowing in Learmont about now.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you travel to a 30-year reunion of a grand final you lost when she's 6 degrees in Corio?
Yeah.
It'll be about -9 up there.
Oh, dedication. I like that.
No, but ultimately, Spy, you're giving me and Bagger the jumper today. I know everyone's dying to listen to the Elvis Hour, so we better conclude this broadcast.
So to you two, thank you very much for
And I want to thank you
along.
for the pre-game as well. It's not often you celebrate a club that's only won one senior flag, but we both went through our list, and if it's all right with you, Spider, I think we'll publicise both on the website, so we'll have lots of feedback on the social media.
Definitely some names.
It's certainly fine by me, mate, because I don't play footy anymore, so no one can snipe me anymore like I used to in the old days at Corio. Frankie Pazilovic tried to get me before, going, why was I on the side? Because you played twos, you moron. So, but no, thanks, Al. That was a great idea by you. There's my side, mate. I had notes all over it, but there's my side, mate. You can publish that if you like.
Perfect.
Bagger, thank you for coming in, mate. Again, like wasn't hashtag. Fantastic to have you with us.
No, pleasure, gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
Tig, it's always fun to be here with you. Brad and Tyler, who do a brilliant job. Brad out there trying to defrost his hands. Tough gig. Steelo back in the studio. Thank you very much. All of our sponsors, to everyone at Corio, have put on a fantastic day for us. Unfortunately, the result didn't go your way. That's footy. You've been listening to hashtag Giddy Up. Had to throw that in, sorry. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.